Brian. Unfortunately, Brian said his transformer blew up at his house, and his internet is out. So Brian will be trying to get with us next week, and we'll be talking about Air Force Ones and maybe some of his other work if I can get to read some of that stuff. I have some other indie comics in my fucking email right now that I have to kind of go through and sort through. But shout out to Brian Lambert, my boy at Wingless Comics, and we'll get him on next week. But with him gone, we are still going to be discussing what the main topic is of today, being a lot of the announcements that were announced at Hall H from Marvel this year. There are some interesting things that Marvel announced that were brought apart. Some of those things brought a lot of nonsensical fucking conversations to the forefront of niggas who don't cover nerd shit wanting to get off nerd conversations. But, you know, I've just learned that if you don't make content on nerd stuff throughout the year, and the only time you do is when there's something really big in the media that you think will get you some views or some attention, I just leave you alone. That's not directed at anybody in particular. It's just a lot of niggas that I saw today over the last 24 hours. But before we get in any deeper, Kaori, Ernie, how y'all doing?
I feel so much better.
Me too.
I bet y'all niggas do, don't you?
Hey, look. Man, sometimes you know what you gotta do? I think that Elsa said it best, man. Sometimes you just gotta let it go.
Y'all niggas are messy as fuck.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It was needed. It was an outlet because people were playing.
Hey, I ain't mad at it.
People
but,
playing on our internet. I'm just saying.
You know, we not start, bro. I don't want to get blackballed. Anyway.
Hey, look, you can't kick me out some shit I ain't want to be in. So.
Jesus. Everyone, we are here to discuss a lot of news from Hall H, like we mentioned before. But let's not even front. It's on the thumbnail. We've been talking about this shit all day. Let's go ahead and discuss the big announcement. The big announcement. Everyone, it was made apparent in Hall H that not only will be getting a new Black Panther film December 15th of 2028, but we'll be seeing the arrival of the new Panther. David Johnson has been casted as T'Challa Jr., the new Black Panther, Mr. Toussaint himself. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, y'all will know that I've been gassing up this nigga quite literally for like over a year now. When I discussed The Long Walk, when I discussed Alien Romulus and how he was a standout actor in everything that I've seen him in all last year, I was trying to tell niggas, Andy, go watch this. Hell, for me, quite literally last year, The Long Walk may be the second best movie that came out that year, like behind centers. And that's me loving Marty Supreme, but y'all niggas were gassing that movie up a little bit too much, just a little bit. But I love him and his performance in The Long Walk. I think that this in particular works on a couple different ways and a couple different levels. But I'm excited. What are y'all's initial first reactions to seeing the news about my boy David? Is it Johnson or Johnson? I've seen it pronounced both ways.
I think it might be Johnson, but I've been saying Johnson, so
Same.
I could totally be.
You know how black folks be.
I cop being in the wrong. You know, we just be making up. Like honestly, like I said, that man's name is Andy. Okay, that's Andy.
Mm-hmm.
That's Andy. As far as I'm concerned, you always get, like when it come to black folks, you always gonna be the thing I first saw. Either the thing I first saw you in,
or the one I most remember.
Right.
The one I
Look, I'm just saying. Okay. But no. Old boy,
I was like,
no. Well, the thing is, yeah, because for the longest time, what was the rumor? It was
Damson Idris.
Fan cast for Damson Idris, and I'm sitting here like when they posted that thing on Threads today, where they were like, I don't know why y'all thought that. I don't know why anybody thought that. I don't know why the fuck y'all thought Ryan Coogler, who has been tight with Michael B. Jordan for forever, was going to put Damson Idris in that goddamn movie. I don't know why anybody thought any of that shit.
I think it's just because he was the favorite fan cast, and that's again it.
Well, I mean, that's not to bury the lead, but that's kind of how Ryan Gosling got in. he's been the fan cast for Ghost Rider for like.
I
remember it was between him and.
I've never seen his face as a fan cast, and I was like, when they announced him, I hate his face, so I was just like, ugh.
I've seen him, and I saw fucking Norman Reedus really heavy for a while.
I did see Norman Reedus. I was very Norman Reedus for a while.
The thing I always saw is like 99.9999999% of the time, whenever someone was like, "Hey, who's fan cast for Ghost Rider?" Ryan Gosling's name stayed coming up. Like it was always like, and even not just on the internet, like people were saying that shit like at previous San Diego cons, like whenever Kevin Feige was getting asked questions, he was always getting asked about Ryan Gosling being Ghost Rider. That's why like I thought it was such a funny thing that it was like, oh, I was like, so shit, I said, I wonder how this is gonna work out, because remember they did the same shit with John Krasinski. As Reed Richards, because that was the internet fan cast for a long time.
That was him wanting them to shut the fuck up too.
Yeah, that was a no. You know what that was? Y'all know that was a man. Here, nigga, damn, gone.
Oh man,
look here, shit, here, gone. Take the shit.
I'm mad at it. Really interesting that they didn't say which Ghost Rider it is. I mean, obviously it's not Rocky.
It's Johnny. We're not doing Danny. There's no way to do Danny, bro.
Between Danny and Johnny, and of course people were like, "Oh, well, obviously it's Johnny." I was like, then obviously they could have said it, because they've never wasted any time telling you what character is who.
It would be weird.
Obviously they could have said it.
It would be weird if it was Danny Ketch, because like you can't have Danny Ketch without Johnny Blaze. So it's like I wonder. I'm not gonna hold you, but whoever it is, honestly, I don't really care, because it's two white men that I don't have a whole heap of a lot of attachment to. But part of me wonders if they do decide to go like, oh, we're gonna do the Danny Ketch thing. I wonder if they're gonna do the shit they did with Ant-Man, where like you use Scott Lang, but you still had Hank Pym there, but you kind of wrote Hank Pym off as like the elder statesman who used to be Ant-Man, but he ain't Ant-Man no more. He's mentoring like the next generation. I wonder if they'll do a thing where like if they do make it, like I 100% think it's gonna be Johnny, but if it is not, if it's Danny, I wonder if they do that thing where it's like, hey, they're both there, but who is doing what is different, because I don't know if any of y'all read the more recent Benjamin Percy shit. But so Johnny went away. Like he disappeared for a while after all the damnation shit. He was like king of hell and shit. And then like Danny was still around, but Danny was doing something completely different. Like he was like the spirit of corruption, not the spirit of vengeance. And yeah, so I don't know. Like honestly, I ain't trying to tell Kevin Feige what to do, but I would go read that goddamn Benjamin Percy run, because that shit would be.
I didn't read it. I think the last writer thing I read was probably like the Helverine shit. Fucking
Oh, so the Helverine was fallout from the Danny Ketch, from the whole Danny Ketch, because there was this organization that was basically harnessing the power of the spirit of corruption and all this other shit. Like it was like a Weapon X level, because they did like a Ghost Rider Wolverine crossover at one point, because Ben was writing both books. He was writing both Ghost Rider and Wolverine, so they were able to like mash it together. So basically Logan was the Helverine before his son. That's how they did it before.
Yeah, that was. I remember seeing that in Dakin, the Dark Wolverine, where he had the whole situation where he was fighting his dad. Because like I don't know if Zarathos had like taken over Logan's body fully or what that situation was. I remember that was like an interaction.
I have to go back and read that run, but I started reading it and then something else had happened and I got off of it. So but it was interesting. I just found it interesting that they have no issue the rest of the day revealing who was playing who up until and then he's going to be Ghost Rider. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, obviously not Robbie. So which one are we talking
about? Duh. They basically said duh on him. They
got that nigga Ryan Gosling pop out with a sombrero.
Like which one are we talking about here? I thought that was interesting.
To get to the comment, real quick, one of the comments I found interesting, my boy, was it Screwface? Damn, y'all active in the comments. Shout out to y'all in the comment section. Y'all active. I'm losing the fucking comment that I was trying to get to. But I know what he said though. He essentially asked, are we gonna get back to the days where relatively unknown actors get casted as big major characters? And personally, I think that's what this, again, as much as I love him and think he's an amazing actor, I think that's part of what this David Johnson casting was. It was and that's honestly what I prefer more than likely. It's somebody who is cut their teeth and showed their skill set in other things, and now they're getting their chance for this. And I think this is Ryan Coogler being a kingmaker in this sense, where you're making him a part of a franchise which is already going to sell itself because it's Black Panther. It's a Marvel product at that, and it's a role that people have been waiting on forever. And you're putting him in a scenario to where people are also going to see it, because you are the one directing the film. Like, this man gonna get into this role, do what he gonna do best, kill this shit, and then he's gonna be a household name and fucking take off into the stratosphere after the fact. And he's probably gonna be in Coogler shit going forward, more than likely. And I honestly hope that's what they do with the X-Men too as well. Like, I'm hoping we get some more actors who have been in one or two things that are really showcase their skill set and they get a chance to really lock in for this, which I've discussed beforehand. Part of what I enjoy about this casting as well, and why I'm glad we didn't just recast T'Challa, which for certain people that wanted T'Challa back, I understand why. But for you recast T'Challa niggas that have to shit on a black woman and Shuri to validate why T'Challa needs to be back, fuck y'all. I'm glad y'all can cry. That nigga ain't never coming back. But when it comes to this thing, I think this is amazing from the standpoint you are setting up for the next era of Marvel, where you're already looking at probably investing more into Tom Holland's Spider-Man being like the forefront of that stuff. You have a lot of the young Avengers characters that you haven't really used a lot yet, if at all. And on top of that, you still have a lot of younger characters you're going to introduce in the X-Men that you're going to be trying to milk for another 10 to 15 years. I think it's amazing that you're going with a younger actor in David Johnson in this role as a character that you can milk for another 10 to 15 years alongside the other cast. Because I've discussed it before, when you look at the average age of all the fucking heroes in Avengers Doomsday, most of them niggas in their late 30s, 40s, and if you're RDJ, your early 50s. They are not about to be around in those roles or look good in those roles for another 10 to 15 years. It's just not going to happen. You're going to start phasing some of those people out, and especially when you look at somebody like a Chris Hemsworth who is having his own medical concerns, because I don't know if people are aware. He came publicly and talked about he's like really susceptible to, I think it's Alzheimer's, that he's like a high likelihood to develop. Alzheimer's. So he's like, I'm doing this film that I'm like bowing out to spend time with my family, because if I do contract this, I want to make sure that I'm spending proper time with them. So he's gone. Plus, we've already seen him die in Deadpool, when Deadpool 2, or no, Deadpool 3, I'm tripping, in Deadpool versus Wolverine. So we know he's about it there. So a lot of the big people are gone. And I think that's part of why they brought in a Doom being RDJ, at least in the spin off of them, like kind of trying to fucking adapt with all this stuff going around with Buddy, what's Mr. MLK? I'm blanking on his name. Oh, Jonathan Majors. With all that shit going on with him, the best spin-off they could have had was them to kind of have a passing of the torch with the RDJ being the big villain, and kind of letting him be the thing that ushers into the next era. So again, it was a perfect casting to me. I think it's going in the right direction. And I'm also very happy knowing that this is some shit that they made Coogler do on his own. Because Coogler did not at all confide in Feige for what they were doing. Feige said, the nigga Coogler called him and said, yeah, David Johnson's the guy. He's like, all right, bet, nigga, you do what you want to do. That's where we at now. It's like, hey, Coogler say he's gonna do what he want to do, and checks get printed. It's where we are with stuff.
For the questions in the chat, y'all are asking a lot of specifics that were not given. They have not established what kind of timeline is happening. They have not said anything that pertains to Shuri. All of the situations that you guys are asking for would be happening after not only Doomsday but Secret Wars 2. So they did not give any answers. They also, and I'm actually super fucking happy about this so that people can shut the fuck up. They did not say what Denzel Washington's character is. No. Did not. He has never revealed who that character is. And before anybody was like, oh, his character is going to be a Kebe, no one has said any of those words except for a fucking CBR article who said this could possibly be who he could play amongst another list of characters. So none of those words were ever said. If he does end up playing Akebe, wonderful. But nobody has said any words. There was no plot reveal or anything like that. So the questions y'all are asking us, nobody has any of those answers, because it's still not until like 2028.
Yeah, Mr. A mentions Coogler is looking for an exit from Marvel. He's too creative for Marvel. I think that nigga is comfortable right where he at. Because
very much comfortable.
Can we stop making it?
outside of Marvel he wants to do.
Yeah, can we stop making it parasocial? Can we stop pretending like we know what folks are thinking? Because I promise you, if Ryan Coogler is getting the bag, he don't care. Like, Ryan Coogler is happy. He's getting to do everything that he wants. No one is holding him back. The fact, like, literally, Captain Diesel just said it right here. Kevin Feige had no say in who was going to be the new Black Panther. Kevin, the man who literally is the landlord of the MCU, basically had to be like, hey, man, you just tell me when you're ready. Yeah. You tell me who it is, and I'm going to cut the check. Like, so the fact that he has that much control, I think should tell people, especially with his cachet coming up. I think a lot of times maybe we like to imprint things that we feel onto people, but I promise you, it's like with anything, but like I always like to use wrestling. Like people say, oh, so-and-so hates so-and-so. Oh, but he hates him for real. It's like, the motherfucker's probably thick as thieves back behind the cameras. Don't stop trying to add kayfabe to what's going on. There's no kayfabe. I'm sure Ryan is perfectly fine.
That's what pissed me off a couple months ago. And again, this is not at Mr. A at all, but I had a conversation with somebody in particular that Ernie knows, where we were discussing how they were like, oh, Coogler and Chadwick weren't even really that close because he didn't tell him about the disease ahead of time and blah, 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 blah. That's why they're not recasting and doing X, Y, and Z. And I was like, how the fuck do you know how close two individuals were or are? Why do you position yourself to know some shit like that? And I think that's been a lot of my issue when it comes to the recasting T'Challa, like all the issues around this. People just, again, it's one thing to voice very thoroughly how much your favorite character you want to come back. I understand that very fucking thoroughly. But when you pretort, I'm probably butchering the fucking words I'm trying to say here. But when you act as if you know people's personal relationships, especially in regards to someone's passing and the relationship he has with that family after the passing, that irks my fucking nerves. Because
I blame gossip YouTubers. I blame gossip YouTubers and gossip accounts because like they basically go out and spread this information as if it's for real, and people not being able to tell that, oh wait, this is somebody that's just saying shit. Like, here's the thing. Nobody knows how close Ryan Coogler and Chadwick Boseman were. Except for Ryan Coogler and Chadwick, but right. So it's like, okay, yeah, maybe like, some people who worked on the set, they're close personal friends. But here's the thing: no random Negro on the internet knows what their relationship was like. It's why, like, because I saw this shit come up because of Euphoria. People were talking about, oh man, Zendaya hates Sydney Sweeney, but then like, when people were showing like behind the scenes footage, like, stuff where it was like, no one had any business to know that like they were being like filmed at that exact specific time. The motherfuckers looked like they were thick as thieves. And maybe that's just a whole coworker thing. But I mean, the reality is nobody knows who really hates who except for the two motherfuckers involved. Nobody knows who loves who except for the two motherfuckers involved. I think the sooner we let that shit go and focus on what we're going to get, which is a lot of really interesting stuff, I think the better off we're all going to be.
Sure. And also, with whoever said money talks, yes, that's why he has his own thing going, and he does whatever the fuck he wants to do outside of Marvel. His whole entire life doesn't revolve around Marvel. He comes up with projects because he's literally about to, like, he's almost finished, or he's finished casting the X-Files. He's been wanting to do the X-Files.
I thought they were filming that already.
So, yeah, they just announced, like, the last two members or the last member of the cast. So they're literally about to start doing that. He's been talking about doing the X-Files for forever. So nothing is holding him back from doing anything. If he wanted to leave Marvel, he could have walked out yesterday.
Yeah, brother, he had, well, again, keep in mind, in between, like, while he's actively doing Black Panther films, he does Sinners, the X-Files got greenlit. He has other series that he's producing for Netflix that he's doing Dojo. There's another movie that he's supposed to be doing, I'm blanking on. But if not him doing direct movies, like his studio, his company is very active in producing things and developing things. He making bank. The nigga is making money right now. And if you think he about to turn down the mouse money, the like, oh, no, nigga, the
Nah, nigga, please.
Get the fuck off.
he getting Muscatul money right now. That is comic book Marvel movie right now. He is good, brother. Them checks are clearing very, very handsomely.
Oh yes.
Also, in terms of the comment about Blade, I don't want to go through this.
Hold on, we'll get to that real quick. Hold on,
I want to say this before we.
You gonna get on a tangent though? Give me a second.
I'm not going to.
You are. Nigga, you gonna start and we gonna be in this tangent for 20 minutes. Let me get there. We gonna get to Blade.
It's making me angry.
I know. Let me finish up with the Black Panther stuff before we move on to Blade. We got to finish the Black Panther conversation because somebody did mention and asked, Highlight 915 asked, do we care about the fact that David is British? No, I do not care.
No.
I'm tired of the diaspora wars bullshit because y'all did not have this much love for Anthony Mackie as Captain America when he got his own movie. I don't want to hear this shit. And also, majority of the actors in the film already aren't actually like African. Like most of them are from other places and able to put on very convincing accents, or a lot of them are. And the thing that kills me even
like
more
they're
about
descended, but like they're not like direct.
Yes, you're not like Igbo directly. And even then, people that were using that as a standpoint to advocate for Damson, I hope y'all niggas know Damson is another British nigga. He just played a Compton nigga or a LA nigga really fucking convincingly in Snowfall. Y'all just forgot convincingly the nigga's British.
Right.
But no, I think one thing and one theory, well, more of a theory, more so like a hope than a theory, that Mark Brandy ran past me that I thought was really interesting in the way they could tackle this, is that they use this film obviously as a coming of age story, you use Shuri being like a mentor figure, but after this you allow Shuri to take Wakanda into space to kind of start the intergalactic Empire Wakanda situation and leaving T'Challa Jr. on Earth to run Wakanda on Earth. So you have two Panthers, two different places within the Marvel Universe able to do their thing. And I thought it would be a cool idea to do, and maybe that's long term. That's where Coogler's going with it. But I do think that's a good way of going about it if you want to kind of maximize using both of these Panthers and being in existence.
Now I'm cool with that. I'm perfectly okay with that. Like I don't think that I don't think that you need to even write off anybody else. I don't think you need to like say okay, we got to put this other character to bed. Like no, just everybody can exist. Yeah. Everybody can, get their bag or whatever. Yeah, just If there's a real, not less than zero chance that we could end up having two Spider-Men in the MCU. For Christ's sakes.
Oh, we more than likely will. We more than likely will.
And we technically already have two Wolverines. Technically.
Yeah. Technically.
So I mean, it's gonna be fine. And before anyone says, "Oh, well, I'm not gonna be sad," you'll be sad. Motherfuckers literally sat up and watched a 5.5-hour live stream. A motherfucker just laying out some goddamn chairs and some random names on the back.
I forgot about that.
So anybody sitting there saying, "Well, they ain't got me." Look, when everybody was saying the MCU done fell off, that live stream right there is irrefutable proof that the MCU still has niggas by the back of their neck. Because everybody was locked in. Everybody was watching. Even people who don't even fuck with comics were watching that shit.
That shit was so funny to me. Again, I for years I've seen, it's every movie that came out. This is it for Marvel. They fucked this up. It's the end for Marvel. They're cooked. They're done. Eternals, that shit was ass. It's over for them. They're done. They're cooked. Nigga, when the Thunderbolts dropped and I see niggas glazing the Thunderbolts, the new Avengers, I was like, brother, this is quite literally just a Marvel formula, but with a new cast of niggas and y'all eating this shit up. All right, we got it. I liked the movie. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool.
Oh, I loved it.
But I'm like, this is okay. Y'all, okay. They gonna do
But
what
I'm
they
not
wanna
about
do.
to sit up here and pretend that I ain't seen this shit before.
Quite literally. But I'm excited for that stuff though. I think again, Coogler gonna do whatever the fuck Coogler want to do, and I think that's the thing. The thing I'm more excited about than anything else about the film is that Coogler announced that he's going to be filming this movie on film. It's going to be on physical film, which is dope because you see him getting into a lot of that bag with Sinners and doing the way he was explaining the 70mm IMAX stuff and how that was working out. And honestly, I'm so surprised that those filmmakers use that shit because when I found out like how like crazy of a process it is when they were discussing it for the Odyssey, knowing that not only did they have to like build attachments for that camera to make that camera over 300 pounds, they had to like carry that fucking camera around in an SUV. But not only was that the case, but the fact that the film itself ended up being like 7 miles long, and they had to by hand go through and cut that fucking movie together. And if the guy doing that fucked up one time, it was cooked because there was no copy of that shit. I was like, y'all have a lot of faith into this one person. And that nigga must get paid a ridiculous amount of money to do that shit.
A ridiculous amount of money, especially the person who was filming inside of that goddamn horse.
Bruh. So I'm excited to see what the filming looks like and stylistically how much this movie differs from other films. I'd be curious to see. I'm excited to see where Coogler wants to take this. But again, Black Panther stuff aside, because we all know for the most part where we hope it's going to go. We all know that David Johnson is an amazing actor, and he's a great person for the role, despite niggas wanting to comment on his muscle definition or the fact he's 5'9", or...
I don't understand.
Do y'all not... Wait. Does anyone remember what Hugh Jackman looked like before he started eating all that goddamn boiled chicken breast and broccoli to be Wolverine?
I don't.
My God.
I was too young for that.
I do. Like, it looked like a stick figure. My God.
Hugh Jackman was a musical guy. He was a musical and dramatic actor. He was not an action star when they cast him. Even he had to admit, he was like, yeah, I don't know why they did this. I don't know why they picked me.
I remember
he was not the guy.
You know what's even crazier than that? The nigga is like 6'4", playing the nigga who's known for being like 3'11".
Right.
Niggas did not complain.
I mean, us talking about this man's height is absolutely insane. And I feel like everybody's also forgetting because they're online. They're like, yes, they finally recast T'Challa. They did not. They put an adult version in T'Challa Jr.'s place.
No, Kiori, can I get let me cook just for one moment because I want to say something. I told you niggas. When y'all was about recast T'Challa, what did I say? I said, they already recast him. You saw him in Wakanda forever. And then what y'all say? You don't know what you talking about, Blur? You don't know what you talking about? No, they need to recast. Now, look, wait, where's my Danny Glover at? Where's my Danny Glover at so I could be, look at you. Look at you.
You ain't nothing without me. You ain't gonna be nothing without me.
I'm just saying. I told you.
That shit online. They're like, finally a replacement for Chadwick, and I'm like, what are we talking? Please.
Yeah, bro. That wasn't good. Again, y'all, I need y'all to understand. You're not a casting director. You haven't written film, and if you've written films, great for you. But that nigga Coogler, there's no way we're coming off of Sinners where all y'all niggas were universally agreeing how amazing and generational of a talent he was at making, casting, and directing films, to only a few months later be like, nigga, you made the worst mistake ever. He ain't gonna never sell out ticket. Please shut up. He'll do fine. He knows what he's doing. I promise you he knows what he's doing. I promise you. He knows what he's doing. But that's all that is. Shout out to the folks. Shout out to the peoples. The next thing, Carrie, we'll finally get into your boy Blade, because I do think in getting the announcement for Ghost Rider, there was a lot of conversation around the idea that people are mad that Blade did not get his film, which again, understandably so. We were all excited for finally getting to see, because I ain't gonna hold you. Mahershala Ali, when I heard that was the casting for it, I'm like, oh, this nigga's about to cook. This nigga about to be diabolical in this fucking role. And I think it still will happen. And I talked about it in my recent video where I was discussing like my top 3 disrespected characters in comics, and Blade was one of them. And I discussed how in that script, there was a bunch of different versions of the script that featured other characters being at the front of Blade's story. And that's a big portion of why Ali did not sign off on that shit, and Feige did not sign off on that shit. So we're at a point now where they're trying to figure that film out. And I think that, you know what, I won't even say too much, Kaori. I'll let you say what you're going to say, and I'll just play out for you, because I do think we're probably going to see some of the same stuff.
So I did talk to my cousin she's my industry connect for Marvel, and she had already said the things that I had already knew. They have gone through so many writers. And it's because the writers they're picking are creating vampire movies with Blade's name attached to it. There's no Blade movie happening, and it's just that Blade is in it. And so they're putting Blade's name on it. So then when you go see the movie and you see that shit is about Brielle, why the fuck is she here? So if you have to go like and Kevin, and I feel like everybody's like forgetting how particular Kevin is with these fucking stories. He does not just go, that's that shit right there, go ahead and put it out, unless it's Ryan. But the fact that they are all in agreement. He and
Mahersh.
Ali are, yeah, because I can never pronounce his name.
Mahershala!
But yes, that they were in agreement that the scripts that they kept presenting to the two of them were ass. They were ass. They were terrible. And he kept telling them no. And he kept having to spin through writers because the writers were not doing what it is that they needed to do. So if I'm sitting here as the actor telling you that this does not make any sense, and then your next idea still doesn't make any sense, of course I'm getting rid of you and going to the next actor. I am glad that he said they weren't able to get it off the ground, because every single time a conversation comes up about a new Marvel project, the very first question is, when are we getting Blade? And it's like he has to tap dance around the answer, because every time you turn around, something bad is happening with the movie because they keep going through writers. And then as they're going through writers, they're going through directors. So it all just sounded like super fucking crazy negative shit. So he wasn't saying anything. The fact that he was just like, hey, we weren't able to get it off the ground. However, this is what we plan to do with him. He has to work backwards. It has to happen a different way. He didn't say fuck Blade entirely. He just said we have to do something different. That's fine. I would have rather he have said that instead of being a lying liar who lies.
Joseph Ashley mentioned, I know you said Rodney Barnes said no to Blade, but what was the reason? He may have said it in my interview with him. I don't even think I asked him about it. I don't think I brought it up. I think he mentioned it. He just has a lot of other shit going on that he is more passionate about right now. I think personally, I would love him for him to do it, because I think he's one of those people that, again, being a fan of comics and also being an amazing horror writer, and also somebody who's written a bunch of like vampire monster type of things already. I think he'd do a great job of it, but he just ain't interested, from what I gathered. Or maybe this is one of them situations where maybe he is writing it and is hush hush. I don't know, but yeah, I would. Again,
My
y'all know.
Experience is he is not interested at all. Not even just like a too busy. He just is not interested.
Which hurts my soul. I ain't gonna hold you, because at this point, and I've talked about it before in multiple videos. Y'all know I love Brielle. Y'all know I give it up for Brielle. Part of the reason why I'm mad about Blood Hunt is the fact they did Brielle dirty. But she don't need to be in the Blade's first movie, gang. If you go into like the second film and you want to bring her, I'm like, cool, you know what? Second movie, I get it. Because we had one Blade trilogy already about Blade only. We gave Blade his own solo movie. I could get wanting to see him in a different light of being him, or of him being a father in the second film. That first movie she don't need to be in, bro. Or if she's in it, she needs to be a far, far distant background character that doesn't really get a lot of shit to do until the fucking second movie.
She should not be the mainstay in you bringing him into that. Makes no sense. And the fact that multiple writers kept trying to do that is what irritated me when I was talking to my cousin. And I was just like, why are we doing? She was like, girl, I don't know. I don't know. And the fact that I have like my cousin who sits in those writing rooms, and both of my, like several of my cousins actually, like all of my cousins in California are industry people. So I love y'all so much. But anyway, the fact that we have those kinds of people who are sitting here and they are in those writing rooms also telling you that you're fucking up is music to my ears.
You know what? I'm really glad they're not going with it, because if they would allow that shit to happen, you would have had niggas with a hate boner for Brielle. And now I'm gonna look goofy telling y'all niggas to relax on my girl because they forced her into a Blade movie. Now niggas wanna hate her in the same way they hate a lot of other women characters because they feel like they're forced into it. Just let it happen organically in its own time. But that being the case, I do feel as though that more than likely, my theory is that they're going to allow Blade to be like a cameo, if not a major part of the Ghost Rider movie, and they're going to immediately try to spin that shit into Midnight Suns. And I do think Blade is going to be a leader or a foundational member of the Midnight Suns going forward, and all that stuff going on.
Yes, I do believe that was the case. And for the question in the chat, Blade is a cultural phenomenon. Whether anybody wants to admit that or not. Now, you already know how I feel about the Blade Save Marvel thing. But
Got a video up on the channel.
outside of that, Blade is a cultural phenomenon, okay? As a pivotal black character in Marvel Comics. So, a story about Blade needs to be a story about Blade. It does not need to include anybody else as part of his main story outside of Whisker, him.
Or I would say actually
Was it
do
Whistler?
away
I
with
thought it was
Whistler.
Whistler. It was Whistler.
Well, no,
Honestly,
well, no.
correct.
I was
Get away from that part.
well,
So
I
it
was gonna
doesn't
say
need to
don't
be
even
moved
have
like
Whistler
that.
at all. Like we don't
Yeah,
even need Whistler because Whistler is a made up character for that
exactly.
movie.
Mhm.
If you're gonna have him have a mentor, then have it be Jamal Afari and be done with it.
Yeah,
Right.
the British
So
nigga, right?
right, yeah.
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 So let
Mhm.
it like it needs to be about him. So you can throw any white man on a motorcycle and tell a story about him being evil. Yes. It's very much that's him being a selfish asshole who sells his soul to be a complete and total dick with a motorcycle and his helmet on, like his head on fire. Yes, that is a very simple fucking story. Do they complicate the Ghost Rider story later on in comic books? Absolutely. But
Yes.
the main gist of his story is I was a selfish asshole once and I sold my soul to the devil to be an even more selfish asshole with the power to like blame other selfish assholes for things of that nature. So a Ghost Rider story is really simple. A Blade story is really not.
Even outside the complications around making the film in itself, he's a cultural phenomenon. Like I don't think y'all understand. This will like a Blade movie is more than likely going to be the movie with the most cachet since Black Panther. Like I'm taking out Endgame obviously and Infinity War because those are like the culmination films. But outside of those, Black Panther is still like the biggest cultural fucking movie in my mind, the biggest movie to not just black culture, but to comic culture that's come out, period. Blade is going to be one of those movies. You're going to have every nigga known to man coming out, and then every white person who are fans of the Wesley Snipes Blade also coming out. They cannot half-ass this movie. And if they drop this movie and drop the ball in this fucking film, not a lot of movies I will agree with niggas say will be the death of Marvel. I don't even think this movie will be the death of it per se, but it's shit gonna be some hard shit to come back from. They fuck up this movie. It's gonna be them trying to fucking fix that mistake for the next decade if they make a shitty first Blade movie after like 27 years.
Exactly.
They cannot afford to fuck that up.
Which is why when he said what he said about them not being able to get it off the ground, I got it. I understand that. Script writing is hard. I'm not going to say that the writers didn't try their best to come up with a script because I'm currently in script writing right now at LA Film School. So script writing for a movie or TV show is hard as shit when you have something like this because you have to consider several other different factors. So you have to consider the fact that at the end of Eternals, he showed up and he said something to what's
Ebony
his
Knight.
face about being black, and he's the Black Knight. So we already know that he's the Black Knight, right? So then you also have to factor in his future and whether or not they're going to connect him to something like the Midnight Suns. Who is he going to be interacting with? So a lot of like you can make a Blade solo comic and it not have anything to do with anything. You can't do a Blade movie inside of Marvel and just be like, throw anything out there. Random shit, go. It can't be like that.
No.
Because that's a connect, again, like to her point, yes, because I think somebody named Sir, oh my God, it's a crazy name, Sir Glizius. He's asking you, he's confused about what's hard about writing a movie about Blade killing vampires. The killing vampires part is easy. It's you have to connect the dots because for the most part you'd be introducing vampires in its entirety to the Marvel universe and how they connect to every other part of Marvel. Because at this point, you're not gonna say, oh well, vampires are just hiding in the cut and never did anything. No, you have to figure out how they operate within modern day and make that also work off of every other fucking thing that's ever come about in Marvel. So there's so many dots that have to connect to make this movie work. And then it has to be an amazing movie on top of that.
But also, that's not just Blade's thing. It's the thing that
No.
you know of. Blade doesn't just go around killing vampires. That's something
Nope.
that you are aware of. But he has more to his story than just going around killing vampires. He's been on 5 or 6 goddamn teams by now, led maybe 3 or 4 of those 5 and 6 teams. So, and he does like 1,000,001 different things. Currently, right now, in Moon Knight, the comic book, they're not fucking fighting vampires, they're fighting a haunted house. So it's like you can pick and choose what aspects of it, but if you're going to, like Charlie said, if you're going to introduce Blade and vampires is the direction you want to go, you have to connect the dots.
Yeah.
You have to. You have to establish how vampires even fucking got here.
That's part of why.
Also,
go ahead. My bad.
Well, no, I was just gonna say, like, people need to stop underestimating the creative process, because I'm gonna be honest with you, gang. It's actually harder than I think a lot of people might think it is to write a Blade movie. I know Blade is a pretty simplistic character, but that simplicity creates difficulty, because I would like to remind people who actually got a lot of the screen time in that Blade movie. And I would forgive a lot of people for thinking that, yeah, Blade does take up the majority of the movie, but most of the dialogue isn't spoken by him.
Mm-hmm.
It's spoken
Deacon
by everybody else, because Blade is a man of very few words, and it's kind of difficult to write. It's actually that much harder to write a movie where you have to put other characters in to carry. Matter of fact, go back and read some of the most recent Blade comics. Brian Hill, not his most recent, but before that, the series he wrote before Bloodhunt came out, Blade barely spoke.
Yeah, he didn't say anything.
Like,
even
it was
his
everybody
interactions
around
with Dracula, he didn't really talk.
It was mostly Dracula speaking to him grimacing, and then we move on. Like, that was like most of the response from Dracula was him just assuming, or just reading Blade's body language to know what it was he was basically giving off. Like, a lot of people forget that when you go back and watch that Blade movie, Karen has a huge lion's share of the dialogue between herself and Blade. Whistler says, I don't have an exact line count, but I'd be willing to gamble if someone sat the script for the first Blade movie in front of me, I'd be willing to gamble if we just went through it. I guarantee you Whistler has more lines than Blade.
And I think
I saw it at LA Film School. In our little library, the actual script for the first Blade movie, I could count on 10 toes or on 10 toes and 10 fingers how many times Blade actually fucking talked.
As part of what made that movie work in particular is that you use Karen as you not only used her as the vehicle for discovering the vampire world and how that stuff operates, because she had to learn that shit on the fly. But again, she was a vehicle to learn Blade in himself, because you have to explain his backstory and showcase him without that nigga talking much and without having a exposition monologue. That's what made the fucking third one so fucking trash, is that the niggas exposit. What's the word I'm looking for? Fuck
Exposited.
Exposited. Thank you. I was fucking couldn't find the word. They exposited about Dracula for fucking 45 minutes. Hearing Ryan Reynolds give fucking exposition for 45 minutes over one nigga was fucking godly. When I can't talk tonight. Fuck. It was horrible. It was bad. Trash.
Oh, no, it was terrible.
And that's what made the first Blade movie so fucking good, is that, yes, you had little bits of dialogue here and there, Whistler giving an explanation of who Blade was, but a lot of that was a lot more naturally produced in conversation of, like, what the fuck is going on here? Versus just, so again, when you're writing this, there's a lot of things that go into complications about writing it. And for people that would challenge it being easy, I would ask you to write a 5-page fucking story of any sort. And let me know how difficult that is. Just 5 pages. Just 5.
5 pages. Also, because here's the thing. I tell you what, give me 1 page. Tell me a 1-page story and come back and tell me that it's easy to do. It's not. Having the ability to tie characters together, speak to one another in a way that is believable, have it make sense, and be entertaining. Look, anybody can choreograph a fight scene between Blade and a bunch of vampires. That's not that fucking hard. Like, you want to say that part's easy? I'd be willing to give you a little bit of grace and be like, well, okay, yeah, because you could just be like, hey, have them do like this. You can hire in like some choreographer. They're going to come in and basically do the work for you, because no one really, you can script a fight, but 99.999% of the time, you're going to have an actual fight choreographer come in and basically be like, okay, this is what's actually going to work. So yeah, I would give you the grace and say, yeah, we can come up with that shit easy. But to actually, dialogue is the hardest thing to get
because
right.
you have to make it sound believable. It can't
Mhm.
sound aged, and it can't sound
Nope.
like it can't sound like
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
that. And so there's this thing that I saw on TikTok of people who put books on DNF, and that means do not finish. For
Yeah.
those who are not on Book Talk, so there were several people who said that books and comic books were on their DNF because the dialogue sounds terrible. Because in a period piece, a medieval fantasy, at no point in time should a fairy be saying no cap dead ass. What are you talking about? How do you even know those fucking words? But you can't, and they're having a conversation with another person in the story, and the conversation makes no sense. World building is incredibly important, and like, while Kevin Feige is in charge of making everything fit, you as a writer, when you are hired by Marvel, are also in charge of making it fit. They are giving you the requirements for the script. This is the world they are in. This is who they need to be interacting with. This is this is that. This is how it's supposed to fit into the larger story. That is how the script writing is supposed to go. So it is then up to you, after receiving those requirements from Kevin Feige, to come up with a story that encompasses everything that he is asked you for. And nobody up to this point has been able to do it, because they keep bringing in people who don't need to be there. They keep avoiding the world that they're in. While magic is here, vampires are not. So now you have to build a world with vampires in it. If that's the direction that he's going to go. If that is the direction he's going to go. But you can't, I mean, if they decide, yeah, we should probably put vampires in there because he, does hunt vampires from time to time, you now have to establish when, where, how, and why vampires appeared in Marvel Universe. It can't just happen. They can't pop out of the snow like daisies in Mulan. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, script writing is hard. Script writing is hard as fuck.
Even further than that, it's not even just a matter of like getting a good script writer. Plenty of different instances, you can have somebody who's amazing at writing scripts, but they not be a good fit for that particular film and that style. Because there are plenty of occasions where I've seen a movie where a director or a writer has taken it on, and I know that they make good stuff. I've seen other things that they've made, but they just weren't a good fit for that particular role or that particular film, because you're asking somebody to take on something that's just not close to them or not familiar with them. That's why, honestly, when I heard the rumors that like Jordan Peele was doing something with Marvel, I was hoping it was the script. Because I'm like, okay, he seems like somebody who's knowledgeable on it. His style and how he does horror seems like it fits in regards to his presentation. I would love to see him do it, but apparently I guess it wasn't for that, or he was not doing anything at all, or that was just a fake rumor. I don't know. But hopefully, and you know what's even further, I want to also speak to the choreography part, right? Because Ernie, you brought it up. I would argue that choreography, if done well, is going to be just as hard, if not harder, than the fucking script stuff. And I've discussed it before when I looked at the choreography from something like Shang-Chi, right? To where in a great martial arts film or a great film in which you're showcasing fight choreography, the fighting, especially for a character like Blade who doesn't speak a lot, is also going to tell a story about how our character feels, where they are mentally now. Because let's say we have Blade who is attacking vampires in an aggressive way where he's breaking bones, but he doesn't have to. He's brutalizing a vampire. You see where his mentality is at that moment in time, whether him being angry, him not respecting vampires. Like, how a person fights and goes about fighting will dictate as well who they are, especially for somebody who doesn't speak a lot. So when you look at Shang-Chi, and I challenge y'all to go back and rewatch the fight scene from Shang-Chi where the Mandarin is like meeting his wife and they're fighting. Yes, they're fighting, but you're slowly seeing them fall in love through the fight card. They're like exploring each other through their martial arts. And that's something that if you are a big fan of martial arts films or films with great fight choreography, you can see those little details by how it happens. Because I think some niggas just like blindly say, oh, we'll just have him stab a bunch of niggas. But how is he stabbing him? Is he doing a bunch of aggressive shit? Is he being clean about it? Is he being surgical about it? How is it? Because when you watch something like John Wick, right, where he is surgically dismantling niggas emotionlessly and efficiently, his emotions are involved in that. Versus when he does other fights that he's more emotionally involved in, he fights two different ways. But again, I think these are just like little things that people don't really think about. They talk to their, and I've seen people today where it's like, well, I talk to my friends who are informed on comics, so I think I know what I'm talking about now. You don't, nigga, and I promise you, your friends don't.
Well, and I want to make something clear too. Like, I'm not saying that it's easy. That like, I think writing dialogue is just that much harder.
You know what? I can see that.
When you write out, you can script out a fight, but at the end of the day, whoever's the choreographer is gonna take it and probably do whatever they want that makes more sense. Like they will use what you wrote as a guideline most likely, but ultimately, whenever I look at like fight choreographers, like especially back when like they were doing like the Matrix way back, and then like the Raid later down the stretch, the fight choreographer is the one who's pretty much final say. On all of that. That's why I say, like, when it comes to like, when you want to talk about something that you 100% have control over, because even then the director's also going to come in and probably change up whatever's in the script if they so dictate or whatever. But writing out the dialogue, I think, because I mean, honestly, if you ain't got good dialogue, like Kiori said, with the DNF stuff, your shit's cooked. Your shit is cooked. Period. In the story. Like your dialogue, if it is trash, it's a wrap.
Having a fucking medieval fairy say no cap dead ass makes me actually want to.
Bruh, I wouldn't have a nigga from today in a story say that shit unless it's a joke, unless they're being ironically funny about the shit.
It would have to be a joke. Like don't get me wrong. I will be the first one to say that I'm not against the idea. I'm not against the idea of modernizing certain types of characters because there are, but the thing is, it's all situational. Like, I like to use Shadowrun as an example. Shadowrun is basically a Dungeons and Dragons game, but it takes place in like a cyberpunk dystopia, like where everything is kind of moved forward. So yeah, a lot of the characters like the orcs, the fairies, the elves, and even the dragons, they all speak with a bit more of a modern flair. But once again, the story dictates why that's happening. Like, if you don't have a good ass fucking reason for why this shit is happening that can pass the smell test, your book is cooked. I'm sorry, it just is cooked. It just is what it is. I mean, I can let a lot of shit slide, but I can only go so fucking far.
Listen, as soon as she said what that fucking book was called, I immediately.
What was it called?
I have to go through my block list. It was a fucking. I have to find the video again.
Is it a newer or older comic?
Because as soon as it's like a dark fantasy romance book or some shit.
Oh, see, yeah. Look,
what the fuck?
Right.
It's like a Quan Mills book.
It's a dark fantasy in medieval times, and her is like the fairy, and it's like the fairy is talking to a human about something because she's like in love with him or whatever, and he's talking about storming the castle, and she completely out of context. If he's talking about storming the castle, why the fuck, in any way, would you say no cap dead ass? Yeah. Like, that was the immediate dialogue after he said something about storming the castle. Yeah, what?
That's just like a Quan Mills book. My fairy baby mama and her thick ass said something XYZ.
Right? Dude, I'm sorry, but bro, no, we can't be doing that.
But shit, that's Blade for the most part. Again, I think people, a lot of niggas that don't know what they're talking about, or again, want to get something out there for the sake of getting clicks and views, will just like throw shit out there. It's just, there's a reason with a lot of this stuff. Me and Carrie may speculate on certain things. Like, I know we talked about the concept art for stuff, but even then we were like, we don't know, but this is what we would like to happen. Y'all niggas
because Marvel and Kevin Feige are lying liars who lie.
People be speaking in definitives.
By the way, I must keep that.
I love it. I ain't gonna hold to you. I love it.
Lying liars who lie, and everybody's like, "Oh, Kevin wouldn't do it like that."
He would.
States Exhibit A Infinity War trailer. Who was in there? Was it the Hulk? Right. And what happened? 2 pieces in a biscuit. Wait.
The last thing I'll speak on real quick is that nigga Doom. That nigga RDJ. The more I hear him talk as Doom, the more I'm like, all right, this may be kind of cold. I ain't gonna hold you. He was on stage.
I mean, he got a Latvian accent.
He was giving some kind of mini monologue.
Described was so beautiful.
I'm gonna have you read that out in a second if you can.
Yeah, hold
But
on, let me
he
find
was on
something.
stage like discussing, saying something, and he was saying something along the lines of like, "If you join the family of doom," and I was like, the way
Yeah.
that nigga said doom, I was like, "All right, hey, hold on now, hey, you got me."
Well, it's like somebody else was saying to me because like I had brought up that I was like, yeah, I was kind of on the fence about RDJ playing Doctor Doom. I was like, because I was like, I feel like it's just not going to be a good move. And then someone's like, oh man, I never had any concerns at all because he's a fantastic actor. I said, yeah, you can be a fantastic actor and and still throw up a brick, because I said it's not, because they were basically trying to say they were more worried about the directors. And I said, guess what his accent would fall under the purview of? The fucking director. Because the director could be like, hey, I don't like this accent. I don't like what you're doing. Just talk regular. They could have done that shit. They could have just as easily did that. But obviously that wasn't the case. Or it could be that, and I'm not saying this is what was going down, but it could also just as easily be the RDJ's like, I don't want to do an accent. I just want to talk regular. And the director's like, no, you're actually going to talk with an accent, because otherwise you're just Iron Man in a Doctor Doom mask. Which is honestly what I thought. I think a lot of people kind of thought it was going to be. Just RDJ wearing a lot of green.
Yeah. I think it'll work mostly just for the factor of like, we haven't seen too many good Dooms, so it's like, all right, we're getting a good Doom.
Man. I stand by to this day. God rest his soul. Julian McMahon did the best he had with what he got.
That was buddy from the first one.
That was
right?
buddy from the first was
For the first one, yeah.
He was trying. That made like, I knew he was serious when he did an interview and he said that he studied the way Doctor Doom held his hands when he was like doing his powers or just, grands. He said he paid attention to exactly how they drew the way his fingers would be like in different positions, or how, like I was like, okay, I was like, this motherfucker's serious. This movie is some hot ass, but this man took the role seriously. He didn't come in here and say, yeah, man, I'm just here to get this check for my rent, for my condo, man. I ain't really, like, he didn't pull a Mrs. Voorhees from the, because I don't know many people knows, but that's how they got the woman who played Mrs. Voorhees in Friday the 13th, the original joint. She didn't want to be in that bullshit. Only reason she took that shit because her fucking car broke down.
Really?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And she said, and that was in the contract, they had to give her the exact amount of money she needed to replace her car.
That's funny as fuck.
That.
I
remember that.
She did. Look, and here's the thing.
Not a dime more.
If you go, no, she was like, and thing is, like, honestly, the first time I heard it, I thought it was bullshit, but then I was like, oh no, this is true. She did not want to be in this shit. Like, when they asked her, she said, no, thank you. And then literally her car broke down. She was like, so, yeah, how much y'all get me?
Honestly, if I would have got the pitch for that movie and I didn't know it was going to be what it was going to be, I probably would have turned that shit down too.
And that's why I think because I think even after she did the movie, she didn't want to have anything to do with it. It wasn't until like later in her life that she was like, actually,
Money, conventions, they pay me to just be here and talk and sit. Fuck it. Hey, come here, y'all. Come on, talk to Granny.
Come on. Let me tell you, come sit on Grandma's lap so I can tell you.
Back in my day,
I'm just.
That's why when people be talking about. That's what people be asking, like, would this actor do a Marvel movie? Nigga, you think any person ever is going to turn down a Marvel fucking check? Not only a mouse check, but you are going to be at every Comic-Con until you're in the grave and being able to make money, gang.
And look, somebody said that some girl, I don't remember who the actor or actress was, but they were like, yeah, I don't think I'd want to be in a Marvel movie. And I was like, who asked you? Who asked for you? Who are you?
You're playing E-Cap, nigga.
Wait. Who is checking for you? Look, matter of fact, everybody who says that shit, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I know everybody wants to ride Martin Scorsese's dick and be like, yeah, I don't want to be in a
superhero movie.
Sounds like some bullshit.
Yeah.
Look, man, let your rent be let one of the motherfucking avant-garde movies.
The way that strike happened and y'all was posting y'all's check, when that man said, I was in a TV show And that TV show ran for 3 seasons. I was in 2.5 of those 3 seasons. And he posted his check, and his check was $5.67.
Oh,
you are lying.
what was old girl's name? Brandy Evans, who was on P Valley. I remember she posted 3 of her checks. One of them was for a fucking penny.
But you about to sit here and tell me that if Marvel came up with a character for you, and you know what? I'll even include DC in this situation because they said the same thing about DC. So if Marvel or DC came to you with a role specifically for you and laid out how much money you would be paid, you're telling me you're going to say no because it's a superhero movie, and more specifically, you're going to say no because it's a Marvel movie.
Like, you'll lie.
Them
You
niggas.
are a lying
You
liar
lie.
who lies. You are a lying liar who lies.
At this point, Marvel and DC movies, I feel like, are damn near what Game of Thrones were, where niggas do them shits, and now you're just like on the high, like you're on the top of a lot of people's fucking casting listings, where it's like, oh, because people understand it's not just hiring you for how good you are of an actor, it's for people knowing who you are and trying to come see you because they're a fan of you.
Right. No, it's I need people to understand something. Actors don't make as much money as y'all want to believe they do. Taraji P. Henson went on like a whole rant one time. I forget what show it was she was on. Might have been the Breakfast Club, but
yeah, they were asking her about why she kept working with Tyler Perry and shit.
Yeah, well, because she did a breakdown. She said, I didn't start making real money till I was a series regular on a TV show. And she even went as far as to say that even with that money, she was still broke. Now, I will say this. I know some of y'all think, y'all probably rolling your eyes going like, really? She broke? No, it's a different kind of broke, but it's still broke because here's the thing. You have more money, more problems. Well, guess what? She got more money, she got more problems because now she got to pay rent on her apartment or whatever, wherever she lives. She got an apartment or a house. She got to pay the rent or the mortgage. But here's the problem: when she's on location, let's say she shoots a show. Let's say the show shoots in a place where she don't normally live. One of two things is happening. She's either having to fly back and forth to go back between her place and the house, or she's got to have another home so she can go up there. Like case point, like you got to film in like Vancouver or overseas. You got to have another place over there, or you got to pay for a place to stay. You got to pay your agent. You got to pay your SAG fees. You got to pay your publicist. You got to pay all these people. So even if she's making $100K off a show, I think I remember she said like. Money. Right. She still got to give up probably about a smooth 40-50% of that off rip.
And they discussed it too. I've seen a lot of black actresses discuss it as well recently with how when you go into Hollywood, you don't have great hair and makeup that do black women's hair. So they have to go get their own people.
That part.
I think I saw fucking Amanda Steinberg talk about it first when she was doing stuff for Star Wars, I think, where she was like, I have to bring in my own makeup and hair people because they don't do black people well at all.
What if you got special dietary needs that they don't adhere to? What if you have like other, like, I mean, yeah, you can have a rider for certain shit, and maybe that does get factored into it, but you're not going to just, there are so many costs. Actors are just like the rest of us. It's just that their job is different. They make more money than us, but they still got to pay out a lot of money. They got bills. It's just their bills are different.
Hi, baby. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Lilo.
Oh, just like, yeah, give me a pop here.
You know this shit. Oh.
Just like, give me a pop here.
That's why, again, with all these things taken into account, when I see people like, whoa. When I see people can talk about like how quickly something should happen, and I think James Gunn said it best when people were talking about how long it took in between sequels for the Batman. He was like, bruh, like the time between like Guardians 2 and 3 were 5 years. Terminator was like 5 years. Top Gun, like they're like, it's not normal for you to film. Like I need y'all to understand this, right? It takes a long process to write a movie. Even a quick little long process to cast in it, to then book and film and record on set, which again, like for you to film, especially if you're only filming in one location, let's say you're you're splitting this up to where like you're going around the world, right? You're filming on different locations. That is going to take you like half a year to maybe a full year to film. Then another like 3 to 4 months to edit, and then another amount of time to then market and promote the film, and then another amount of time to then actually do the marketing while the film is going on a little bit after the fact. You're telling me you want niggas to within a year or 2 years to do that shit and have a new script turned out, knowing the next thing all over again immediately? That shit does not happen often. That's what I heard about that shit with Daredevil. I heard with Daredevil when they finished Born Again season 2, and they were like, yeah, we're already filming season 3. I was like, God damn. Like,
yeah, they were filming season 2 at the end of season 1.
With Strangers.
Yeah, no, that's true.
They filmed all of those they filmed all of those back to back.
Strangers and X and Maxine. I've seen like and most of that shit happened from the standpoint of like the actual director himself, like Ty West. Like I think he edited this shit himself too. He wrote this, like he did 90% of that work himself and was working himself to the fucking bone to get all that shit done. Because I think if I remember correctly, like 4 or 5 months after they finished filming X, he immediately went into filming Pearl, and they turned like a town that was like down the street into the fucking set piece, into the sound design and the sound stage for fucking Pearl and shit. Like, it's incredibly fucking hard to make a movie that has $1 million of investment, because you have to pay all these people for damn near a year on end. That's why I try to be patient with stuff, and that's why I ask people like, y'all are complaining now, but this is where it pays out to be a well-rounded nerd, nigga. I as much as I don't talk about anime as much in this channel, but best believe if my Marvel shows and comic shows and shit aren't moving, I'm gonna go watch the anime, bro. I'm cool. This will hold me over for a while. Or I go read some shit or like discover some new shit to hold me over while I let creatives cook, because hell, even in me writing my own shit, right? Wrote my first issue of my book, bro. I had to sit down for like days and weeks to try to really make sure that I'm taking my story in the right direction, so I'm not just rushing shit out. Just get it out there. That's how you have. When you look at a bad movie, 9 times out of 10, I want to look to see what the time crunch was. Because I think I saw a post about it today, and it was about CGI. Because you hear all the time people discussing how CGI back then was better than now when they bring up like Transformers or Pirates of the Caribbean. And I need y'all to understand, CGI is not better back then. What happens is that CGI now is so fucking good you don't notice it. You notice small imperfections, but even then the things you notice mostly happen from time crunches, because you're rushing people to finish shit on the smallest time crunch possible. So now you're seeing imperfections.
Also, I would like to point out, because I actually saw a video about this, and it might have been, I think it was a What Culture video where they were talking about, it was like top 10 like special effects shots in movies and TV shows that you didn't see. And there was one, I forget the show. I need to look it up because it was actually really interesting. They shot on the location that everything was supposed to be set in, but it was a period piece, which meant that the streets don't look the same as they, today as they would in the time that the show would have taken place.
Right.
And they pointed out how when they were going back like behind the scenes, there was CGI in place to hide the drainage systems that they have today, because they didn't exist back during the time when the thing they're supposed to be showcasing was going on. And the thing is, when they showed the shot, I looked at it and I was like, bruh, I had no idea. Like, I would, like, if you didn't tell me, like, looking at the scene, like actually looking at this shot as it is, I would not have. I would have assumed there was no CG. There is so much CG and stuff that a lot of the times folks don't even like. What? Go look at some of these Marvel movies. Like, I remember when people first saw Black Panther's suit in Civil War, and people were cooking his suit because they saw the on-set photo, and they're like, dude, his suit looked regular as fuck. But then you get to the movies like, oh, dude, his suit doing like some wild shit. It's because they did that shit in post. It's like, dude. Also, can we please retire the phrase, this shit looks like a PS2 game? Because I don't think a lot of y'all remember what PS2 and even PS3 games look like. Hey, I promise you, y'all don't. I
picked this baby up and I started emulating shit and playing some old ones. Nigga.
Oh, bro.
Hey, I was like, damn, this shit look rough. I was like, I was a kid.
This shit look raggedy.
When I was a kid, though. When I was a kid, oh, this shit is generational. Oh, my God.
Oh, dude, this shit look real.
Also, for the comment in the chat, a a movie takes, depending on the type of movie, a movie can take anywhere from 6 months to 2.5 years, depending on the time of the movie that you're doing. And that's like a full out process. But you also have to account for the fact that someone can get injured on set. Shuri, somebody
God of
could
War.
get killed. Somebody could get killed on set. That whole situation with Alec Baldwin, like, there's too many factors.
Someone could fall through a
for you
plate
to
glass
say
window.
That,
Brandon Lee.
Right.
Or I was gonna say Jonathan
like,
Majors.
There's too many factors for you to
Oh,
say.
shit,
Like,
nigga, I
even
forgot.
removing the writing process for it to take only a year, it takes more than that, because you also have like locations that you have to go to. If you're doing a multi-location shoot, you also have to do this, you have to do that. You also have people who have a schedule that is also like if people have multiple projects that they're doing. So you can't say taking out the writing process and a movie only takes a year to film. That's not true.
Hell, don't let you have some kids in the fucking movie.
Because that was the discourse.
The Harry Potter shit. I seen that. Yep.
Because I saw a dude try to argue that, well, can't they just shoot at certain times? Can't they just shoot at night when they're out of school? It's like, dude, I don't know. I don't expect a lot of people to understand this, but there are child labor laws that exist. Children can't work past a certain time. And more importantly, they can't work certain days. So you have so much daylight. I'd like to use this is a great example. I always love to bring this one up. When you were talking about how long it takes to make a movie, there are some rare instances where it takes like a matter of a month or two. But here's the thing about those. I've seen those movies. They're usually not good.
Yeah, they're bad.
I feel like the only ones that usually are maybe horror films that are on super low budgets where people do them themselves, where it's not a whole cast and crew being involved.
That and thing is, and that's why I say, like, yeah, sometimes the genre of the movie can kind of change how I view that. But I'm gonna use a very specific movie as an example, and it's called Hellboy: The Crooked Man.
Oh God,
that movie was shot in a month,
bruh. I remember Kaori sent me the trailer for that. I was like, oh yeah, we gonna watch this shit on the channel and like do a video on this shit. I watched the first 15 minutes. I said, let me turn this goddamn shit off. And that's me saying this. Y'all niggas know how I am about story. I have to finish a story. If I start a show or a movie, no matter how bad that shit is, I usually have to fucking finish it. My brain won't let me not. That shit, I was like, nah, bro, I'm cool. I'm cool.
No,
you know what I watched more than that? What I actually watched and finished more than that? Fucking Axum on YouTube.
That was funny. That was funny.
Because Axum is funny as fuck. It's so bad.
I mean, here's the thing, and I can say this because Captain Diesel and I have talked about this quite a bit. The sunk cost fallacy got this motherfucker by the back of his throat. So the fact that he cut Hellboy: The Crooked Man off, that tells me a lot. I will say this: I finished the movie. I don't hate the movie, but also I don't love it either. I think it's not good. But when I look at that movie and I go, like, 'cause I remember when they first announced who was going to play Hellboy, and I remember the next week they're like, "Oh, filming's already started." I was like, "God damn, that was quick!"
Quick as fuck.
I was like, "Damn, they." I was like, "Okay, I guess," but and then I think I can measure everything in Blurred Caves. 2 Blurred Caves later, after they had announced that filming had started, they said filming was finished. I was like, sir. I was like, wait, 1 Blurred Cave, we find out who playing Hellboy. Then by the next Saturday, we know filming has started. And then 2 Saturdays later, you say you done film. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be some cheeks. I was like, this is gonna be some whole grain cheeks.
Bruh, it was even crazy about it, because I remember vividly remembering, like, oh, I'm gonna go read the comic first and prepare for this shit. It's usually when a movie gets announced, I got time to read the comic for, like I did with Sex Criminals, or I'm trying to do with fucking Something's Killing the Children. I'm trying to work my way through them fucking 40 issues. That movie, nigga, I saw that shit was coming out, and I saw when Carrie was like, oh yeah, it's out. I was like, yeah, I'll read this shit later. I'll come back to it later, because I really do enjoy Hellboy. I'm trying to get more into Hellboy comics, because the link to my knowledge of Hellboy is the movies, like the Ron Perlman movies, which I adore. But I know that it's very different than
comics.
You know how I found that shit out for the first time when I played the Hellboy video game on PS3 a long ass time ago. I was like, this shit is very different than what I remember.
Yeah, it's not funny. Hellboy
This
is not a funny book.
dark as fuck. I was like, oh shit.
No,
Okay.
when I heard about the Crooked Man movie, I was literally in the middle of doing the Crooked Man on my comic book characters you may or may not know about, and I was like, oh well, shit, I just did this character. That's so crazy. And that was when the trailer had come out, and I was like, oh, okay, that's so crazy. And then I went back to go look, and I'm sitting here like, okay, so the trailer came out yesterday. I sent it to Charlie, and then 2 weeks ago, the movie had just stopped filming. I was like, oh, it started filming 3 weeks ago. Huh. Okay. And then I was like, it just got announced a month ago? I'm confused. I was like, maybe
And it was
somebody doesn't
supposed
have
to be
the
in
timeline
theaters.
correct.
It was supposed to be in theaters, then suspiciously went straight to video.
Suspiciously.
Dude, I turned it to Dr. Umar real quick when they said that shit. When they said it was going straight to video, I was like, does that not look suspicious to you, brother?
Hey, better than that. Better than that.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Somebody asked a while ago, I can't remember who said it. They asked, are we more excited about Doom in the MCU or the X-Men?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. Yes.
I will say, given the news and how niggas reacted to David Johnson, I may just turn my fucking phone off when Storm gets casted.
Okay.
Niggas are going to have they're going to get off all kinds of nasty shit about how attractive the actress is. If she ain't 6 foot, thick as shit, pretty as hell in the face, speaks a perfect Cairo accent, if she isn't like born and raised in Harlem, New York, if she ain't from New York, if her parents aren't a combination of being from Cairo, Egypt, and her growing, like, she has to be the perfect fit for everyone to be fucking happy. And I know they won't be, and I know Jamie Lawson was right there. Why did we go with Jamie? Nigga, oh my God.
Can I tell you why? I can tell you why. You know what? Here, let's go ahead and put this shit to bed. I'm gonna tell y'all motherfuckers why y'all ain't getting Jamie Lawson, so go ahead and get this shit the fuck out your head. She too fucking grown. Like, all these niggas I done seen saying, man, it need to be Jamie Lawson, it need to be Yetiti Badaki, it need to be DeWanda Wise, it need to be Anna Diop. Don't get me wrong. I like all of those.
They some fine women too, boy.
I say this as the man who vehemently said that it should be Anna Diop. But here's the thing, she too fucking old. And I'm not saying that she's an old woman. I'm just saying that Kevin Feige has said on multiple occasions they want younger actors. They want people who can be a part of a franchise for 10, 15, maybe 20 years. They don't want somebody who's already pushing 40 to be playing Storm. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. Y'all don't want that either. I think sometimes people forget. Jamie Lawson, I forget her exact age, but she's damn near 30. So by the time that they would even get started filming on some shit, she would probably be damn near in her early
40s, probably.
Mid. Yeah. Yetiti Badaki is already, I think, in her 40s. She gonna be good and goddamn grown by the time they start that shit. Anna Diop and DeWanda Wise and all them, I love them to death. Love them absolutely all the way the fuck down. But they are too fucking grown.
Yeah,
they
she's
need
28. Somebody
But
yeah, she's 28.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go.
But Blurred,
yeah.
How are we goon? I can't goon to a child. She has to be thick. She has to have breastises. I have to be able to goon the Storm. She has to be sexy for me to love her. If she's a child, how will I get off my fantasy? I can't sexually express myself in the way that I want to if she's not attractive.
So, I have a thing. I have a thing, and I think people need to understand this. And I'm gonna say some shit that's probably gonna fuck a lot of people's heads up. Y'all need to really just go find some cheeks. Go find some cheeks, please. Please find some cheeks. Look, I get it. I love Storm. Storm is one of my favorite characters of all time. But it ain't that fucking serious. Look, they're gonna get the right person. And here's the thing, just like every time when people get pissed off about casting, and then later we try to pretend that there wasn't, like we act like there's some revisionist history that's happened. Like, case in point, I always like to use Heath Ledger as an example. Everybody and their grandmama was talking Cash Money shit about Heath Ledger being the Joker when they put out that ugly ass little promotional picture of him where it was all black around him and all you could see was the white face and you see like the little red lipstick smeared all over his face. I remember everybody and their grandmama was cooking his shit. Everybody and their grandma was cooking his shit. They're like, oh, this looks like ass. This is gonna be terrible. This is the dumbest looking Joker ever. Oh my god, this is gonna be so cheeks. Oh my god. And then when that first trailer came out and you could hear his voice and people were like, oh shit, maybe this might be good. And then when they came out with the trailer that was literally just all Joker, motherfuckers were giving standing ovations at the end of a fucking trailer in movie theaters. I know it sounds like some crazy fever dream.
Ours was like that in fucking Tennessee, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, I need everybody to shut the fuck up.
I remember
and just let them cook.
I remember random quick funny story. I grew up as a child of a person who was a bootleg flea market connoisseur. And my granddaddy didn't do nothing else. That nigga found the most premium bootlegs ever. This nigga found a bootleg copy of The Dark Knight that somehow had a menu. It had the fucking behind the scenes footage and shit. I'm like, nigga, how did you even get this? But the thing I remember the most about that is when you put the DVD in, before anything pops up on screen, and my granddaddy had a movie room, so he had a fucking surround sound speaker, like speaker system in that bitch. All you heard is, why so serious? Loud as shit. That's just scared to this day. I don't think I've ever jumped out of my body more than hearing that nigga say that shit on those speakers before the movie started playing. Random tangent, but yeah. But even more recently, even with the fucking patents and shit, people were, Twilight nigga is Batman, and now look at us. Now you begging for the Batman 2 now.
They mad that Pattinson ain't DCU Batman.
Right. Why can't we just bring him over? Okay.
First off, because it's not the same fucking universe, and honestly, I don't even fucking want it. I want my Batman to be comic book Batman. I do not want Batman, but in the real world. I want to see a Batman where motherfuckers can jug themselves with a needle and get big. You like turn into like massive meat monsters. I want to see actual crocodile men and dudes wearing motherfuckers wearing deep freezers on their body to like fucking yeah.
But who needs the serum when I can just be strong?
What killed the dinosaurs?
The Ice Age.
The Ice Age. You're not putting me back in the cooler.
He's Mr. Freeze, Mr. High.
Well, I'm just saying, I need my Batman to be as comic book-ish. Like you can't. I've seen what Batman but real looks like for a long time. I don't need it anymore. I love the Batman, but it's because it's over there.
I need Batman and I need Batman Brave the Bold levels of fucking cartoonery with this.
Yes.
If y'all are going to make me watch Batman, the only thing that I need is for when him and Robin are together and Penguin called him a sidekick and he beat the fuck out of him.
I mean, I'd pay money for that.
That's what I need, actually.
The closest
if you're going to make me watch Batman, that is exactly what I need.
Yeah, the closest thing I'll accept is the Batman. If we want to do Rounded, that's the closest I'll get, where I get to see Batman and fucking Robin doloing their entire rogues gallery. It's like this fucking 5-year-old, not 5-year-old, it's like 12-year-old kid. Like, niggas, I've seen this battle going around a lot when niggas are looking at the Teen Titans version of Robin versus the Batman. I'm like, although I understand that nigga Dick Grayson on the Titans was a menace, brother, the Robin and the Batman, this little kid was no taller than like 4 foot, 5 foot tall, even. And this nigga's out there fucking piecing up Bane in this fucking show. He is just entire Rogues Gallery piecing niggas up as like a 5 foot. This shit was crazy to me. But no, Mr. A, yeah, niggas are definitely begging for another Batman movie, bro. That movie, niggas are begging for that movie. Which again, I enjoyed it. I thought the movie was great. Also, the thing that annoys me, and this is where I'm like, I'm not saying everyone needs to be a comic book fan to properly enjoy a comic book film. But when you are watching comic book movies and things that are based in comics, and you were confused on comic book things like a variant universe or what did Gunn call it? I forgot what Elseworld. He said all the other movies that are not within the mainline continuity are elsewhere. I'm like, just the idea of a mainline continuity and a variant universe, if that's escaping you and you're understanding, just enjoy it, bro. Don't.
It ain't that serious.
If you don't know what's going
for the
on, just enjoy it.
That girl from the Wonder Years can play Storm. The girl from the Wonder Years, Laura, is the same age as Jamie. They are both 28.
They're gonna okay. Let's go ahead and cut the bullshit. If they hire an actor, they're not gonna be any older than 22, maybe 23 years old. Accept it. In the words of Macho Man Randy Savage, you don't have to like it, but you do have to accept it.
Yeah, they're trying to go. They're trying to go young. That's what we were talking about on your show. What, Tuesday?
Yeah.
They're trying to go younger. So I would say they're trying to go between. I said like 17 to early 20s. So 17 to like 21, 22.
Yeah, I want.
How old was Tom Holland? How old was Tom Holland when he first got Spider-Man? He was like what? He was young, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
I'm gonna check real quick because I'm curious.
Because right now he's on
in Civil War. He was 19 in Civil War.
So yeah, there you
19,
go.
So,
yeah, so that's the type of casting they're talking about. They don't want someone who's damn near not even damn near, pushing 30. They don't want nobody who's already 40. I don't think y'all understand. That's old. Like, I don't think it's old personally, but in Hollywood, that's old. Like, when you're 40, you're playing somebody's auntie or their grandma at that point.
And you know, again, and we see the benefits of that now. You've gone like an entire 2 Marvel phases, and now that Tom Holland's been able to grow into his own as an actor, that nigga's damn near hitting up all this next phase on him own. Like, you are going to push this nigga as the main phase for the next phase of Marvel now, and he's still relatively young, and you can do that because you casted a nigga when he was 19 and he grew into the role. And for somebody who's asking if Storm ever in her 20s, bro, I don't know if y'all remember, but if you go and look at like giant size X-Men, I'm pretty sure
like 20 something.
Well,
yeah, they were in their 20s.
Yeah, they were like young as shit. Personally, if it was up to me, I'd make sure them niggas were like 16, 17. I'd go really fucking young so we get.
Yeah, that's why I said like on Tuesday when we were talking about, I said probably like 17 to like 21, 22-ish, which would be a mix of when they were in giant size X-Men and kind of like how they are right now with the fucking From the Ashes story. It would be like a mixture of those two things. Because like he's doing complete recast and he's trying to go younger because again he wants them to grow into the role. So, and also if you remember in the story with the nanny, Storm got turned into a child. So then she ended up having to go through being an X-Men as a child as well. So like they can play around with which one they want to do, but at the end of the day, he's still trying to go younger. So we're still looking at 17 to like 21, 22.
And action pack brought up the perfect point. That nigga Feige wants to lock them niggas down before they get famous and expensive.
Yeah, dude.
You can't tell me that RDJ budget, that budget for that nigga didn't break the bank, boy. Well, they for Doomsday. They try to get them cost effect. They try to do the NBA shit and get niggas on rookie contract deals right now.
Yes. Look at the most recent and the final season of Euphoria. By the time they got to that last season of Euphoria,
Zendaya was expensive as fuck.
Dude, Zendaya was expensive. Sydney Sweeney was expensive. Hell, what's the boy's name? Jacob Elordi?
That nigga,
he was expensive.
And Coleman Domingo was also expensive as fuck.
Oh yeah. Oh, Coleman. Oh no, they was like, oh shit. Damn,
hey, you know what's crazy? They said we get no money's worth out of this nigga.
They said don't put this motherfucker in till it's damn near over. Don't put him in till it's almost over because we can't afford this Negro.
Expensive as shit.
This sassy Negro is expensive. God damn, hey, bruh, we just blew the whole budget just on Coleman. In that last episode, we gonna have to rewrite some shit. Hell,
I would
even,
say they are moving toward. I would say they are moving toward. To answer John Stewart's question, I would say they are moving towards doing unknowns for this, or relatively unknowns, because they are again trying to go younger.
My theory, what you're going to start to see a lot more of, you're going to start to see a lot of actors and actresses that really shined in low budget horror films that did really well.
Yeah.
They're gonna start like Indy. If you think Indy from Obsession ain't about to get a role somewhere in Marvel or DC, nigga, best
That's actually exactly who I was thinking about, because they did ask her, and she did act interested.
Yeah, I bet, because she didn't really get paid shit for Obsession for real. She was like 70,000 or something like that for Obsession.
Yeah, I think so.
And honestly, I'm actually shocked she got that much for it, because usually horror movies don't pay that much to begin. That's why a lot of people don't like doing horror movies, not because they think they're bad or they're beneath them, but it's the pay. The pay is like, if you're doing that shit, you're doing it for the love of the game.
Well, the budget for the film was under $100,000.
Right. Well, and the thing is, that's par for the course. I mean, unless you're doing like some like absolutely like big budget like studio shit, most horror movies aren't even that expensive. You know, compared to like an action movie or like a sci-fi or some shit like that. So
like something with Christopher Nolan's hand on it.
Yes.
Plus,
look, wait a minute, because what was the budget on the Odyssey? Because I know that motherfucker was dumb expensive.
Back in 2 days.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah,
this shit, they said 250. Get the fuck out my face. No.
250 million, I'm pretty sure.
And here, it was 250 million, and that motherfucker had already made over 600 million back. And I think we've talked about it on here before, and I know I've talked about it elsewhere. Yeah, it's made $639 million in the short amount of time it has been out. And I don't know if y'all know this, but when you make a movie, you have to triple the cost.
Which I fucking hate, triple the cost.
Yeah, it's stupid. I don't like it. I think it's terrible. But if you triple the cost, if a movie makes back triple its budget, it is considered a success. And that motherfucker would need 750 million. It's already got damn near that right now. That's crazy.
Yep, it is
crazy.
Plus, and I'm gonna talk about it tomorrow for anybody that doesn't know where. If for anybody that doesn't know, you're getting a double up stream. You're getting 3 streams next week, because I'm getting my homegirl Brandy on to talk about some movies tomorrow. And I've talked about it on this channel a bunch of different times. When you're looking at who is predominantly going to movies, like who's spending money in theaters, who is going, Gen Z has been the people that have been going to movies consistently. And Gen Z are, for the most part, and again, it's going to sound like I'm being ageist. I know my boy John Stewart think I hate old niggas, but in regards to when people talk about the theaters being saved, Gen Z is the reason theaters have been saved. And when you're looking at it, especially so, a lot of theaters are pandering and moving in ways in which they can draw in more Gen Z into the theaters, because they are the ones who want to spend money. Not always just because of interest, but I've talked about it before. I think it's more so to do with just the economy as well. Because if you like, Ernie, again, tell me if I'm lying. For you, your kid, and your wife to go see a movie now at any theater, you're paying maybe $20 to $30 for just your ticket alone.
Oh, that's a smooth third. Well, so depending on, okay, so I actually looked this up. Odyssey, IMAX, $18.50.
For one ticket?
$18.50 offer for one ticket. Now, if I want to take the Fam Bam, we coming out a smooth 60. That's a smooth 60 right there off top.
Not accounting for food there, parking tickets, time to go, making sure everybody's on the same schedule.
So yeah, that's why a lot of, and the thing is, what really sucks is, and I kind of get away with this a little bit because my wife is very understanding. Cynthia is very understanding, and sometimes I do have to go see shit without her because I need to be able to go see something, talk about it for a show or whatever the fuck. So like, Spider-Man, I'm probably not going to be seeing Spider-Man with her because when she gets off of work, she doesn't want to go see a fucking movie. She wants to fucking sit on the couch and chill because she's been working all day. She's tired. And I totally understand that. Now, if I want to go see it again, and usually that's the case if I really do enjoy a movie, I'm probably going to go see it again at a later date with her. But like, yeah, a lot of the times when I go see a movie, when I did that double feature for Ready or Not 2 and They Will Kill You. Oh, that was smooth $40 right there off top.
Just yesterday, because me and my homeboy going to see Brand New Day next Friday. through my Regal Pass. My ticket was free because I have the fucking Regal subscription shit. But his shit was like $25, gang, for one adult ticket.
Oh, I believe that in Atlanta. Yeah.
And now keep in mind, this isn't for 4DX. This is for like regular standard 2D viewing experience. It was $25.
Oh, our ticket, and because we order online at Cinemark, and I always get the senior ticket because I refuse, and that ticket is like $9.
They don't check.
They don't check. Also, when you're looking at the idea of like, I've talked about third spaces a lot, right? If you have, and I'm especially if you, I'm curious for people. I want you to start like talking to your kids, right? If you have somebody who's maybe like a kid that's maybe like 12 to like 16 years old, ask them where they, like, if they're not at an after school event, not at a sporting event, where the fuck are they? Because there's no third spaces. Boys and girls clubs are shut down. Kids don't really have too many places to fucking congregate and be around. So
the malls don't play that shit no more.
No, especially now with like streamers and shit, niggas doing like IRL streams and shit. They definitely don't want you to fuck in there. So, especially for me, when I was in high school, we would go to see the movie and fucking hang out either at the movie or right around the movie for like 5 hours and talk about the movie. And nowadays, especially if like when you're looking at places like in Atlanta where the Regal Theater is like in Atlantic Station, which is like this big strip of this like bars and restaurants and shit like that, kids will just go in there and hang out. I forgot what movie I went to go see, but they were like, the kids were trying to sneak in to go see this shit, and they were like, "Hey, bro, can you say that we're with you so we can get in?" Because it got so bad to the like kids were hanging out there so long to the point they enforced a curfew where they had to send the kids out of the fucking theater and make them go home. So them niggas were like, "Hey, we with you?" I was like, "Yeah, I got y'all." That nigga asked me, "Hey, them kids with you?" Hell no. Just walked in that bitch real quick. I ain't about to be responsible for y'all little niggas. I'm sorry. Nope, not doing it. Because y'all gonna fuck up and get
you know if they fuck up some shit, they gonna come looking for you. They'll be like, hey.
Hey, this theater right down the street from me, nigga. You're not fucking me up, bro. You're not fucking me up. But yeah, so, and again, I think a lot of people as well don't really know about a lot of the like the memberships that theaters have. Like Regal, again, if you aren't a Regal premium member and you watch a lot of movies, I advise it. It's like $30 a month, but you get to see a free movie every day. Every day. Or if when I know if you guys are in like California or certain spots, to Look Cinemas is another place. I watched that, nigga. I legit watched every single movie that was in theaters when I had my Look Cinema subscription for free.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because they are cheap as shit. Now, where they get you at, it's a dine-in theater. So, nigga, that food, but I know I put on some weight when I was there, boy. I would go in, not spend no money on the ticket, but end up spending $60 on food because they would have fucking like loaded mac and cheese bowls, salmon. Nigga, they have milkshakes where they would have whole slices of fucking cake and a goblet of fucking milk. Nigga, what I mean, that shit was so good.
They don't want you to watch no movie. They want your ass to go to sleep.
Exactly, nigga. Exactly.
There's the one by us is inside of a casino, so it's like literally down the street, of course, because I live in Vegas, and you're only allowed to have 2 drinks because those drinks are strong as shit. But then they of course have like the restaurant food, so they have a buffet downstairs that you can order from. They have the food that's out there, like in the movie lobby or whatever that you can get, and then they have Steak and Shake downstairs that you can order from and have it brought upstairs. And I said, "All right,
nigga,
bitches don't have ice in here."
The heaviest I was in my lifetime was when I was working at that job and the theater was next door. I was probably like 343. I was 343 pounds, nigga. I've lost 40 pounds since then. I'm like, we coming down a little bit more, but brother, because I would get off work, be too broke to really go do anything else in fucking Atlanta, because keep in mind my job wasn't paying shit for real. But I knew next door for like $30 a month, I could go see a free fucking movie. And that was like my way of fucking going and enjoying myself. So I would just go next door, across the street, watch a movie, and be there all fucking day because it was affordable and a way for me to fucking just go do something without breaking my fucking bank in the city. So again, yeah, like, and you're noticing again, a lot more of these theaters are starting to implement things that are more favorable to Gen Z and put in like little benches and things like that to try to keep them there. Hell, I thought Netflix. That's why I wasn't as like mad about Netflix trying to buy Warner Brothers, because I know Netflix is trying to invest in building their own theater chain.
Yeah,
they're trying to, again, and they were really talking about trying to add in a lot of amenities to get kids to go to their theaters. They're trying to get younger people in there. That's why I was like really big on comic books and LCS is like trying to change their archaic ass format to make them more third spaces for kids. Because you get kids in, you get them in young and get them to where they feel like this comic shop is like a home away from home for me, and they hang out there. At some point, as the niggas get older and get jobs, they're gonna spend money there. Especially if you have some sort of thing where like you have a library where they get to check out free books here and there, like maybe in your excess books that you have that you're not fucking selling.
Well, that's what like when I was a kid, that's what comic shops were. They were a third space. Like when I went to the shop, like and you know, shout out to the seller here in Memphis. Back in the day before it moved, it used to be called Triple Play. Like back when I was in high school, and whenever I would get out of high school, because I went to Craigmont, so like I would get out of Craigmont and walk like 10, 15 minutes up the road because it was literally like right there, it was like right around the block. I would go to fucking Triple Play and hang out in Triple Play till my mom could come and pick me up and take me home. And we would sit there. It would be me, you know, a couple of my homies from school. We were cool with the owner, and then one of the cats that was an employee there who became a real good friend of mine. Like just overall, like. Yeah, we would just sit in there, shoot the shit, trip, talk about fucking comics, and like we would rent like to show some age here, it was they would have the VHS tapes. So like whenever like new DBZ shit dropped or like there was some new anime I was checking out, like, ooh, this Escaflowne didn't come out. I'm about to watch the oh yeah, man, the new tapes. Hey man, y'all when y'all getting the new tapes, man? Y'all next month. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna be back. But no, I would come in, get my pool, and hang out. That used to be a thing, dude. Kids, kids don't have that shit anymore. And I think, you know, some shops, like your mileage is gonna vary. Maybe they do, but it's not the norm.
Yeah,
and it needs to be.
Mr. A mentioned, he said bingo merged theaters, cinema, and comic book shops. Yeah, I think, hell, there's a place, and I really want to go check it out, but it's like, I think like hella far from where I'm at in Atlanta, that is a barber shop that does the comic book shop. And the guy was talking like, yeah, bro, like we grew up as kids, like having barbershop talk and conversations and shit, and kids would just hang out in the barbershop. Why not have a comic book shop be attached to that? So now you can get your cut, hang out until your mom comes and picks you up, and now you're reading books and whatever it may be. Like, it's like, nigga, I don't even like. I've been loyal to my one barber I've had for fucking 3 years since I've been in the city. But nigga, I would contemplate leaving my barber to go over there and do that shit. It's cool as fuck. It's cool as fuck. It's something that is needed. Like kids need third spaces, and people talk about athletics. Like as a nigga that played high school sports and did sports a lot of growing my life, nigga, right now sports are expensive as shit, gang. Like unless you were
expensive as shit when I played.
Unless you were like playing for a high school team, and even then, that shit's still hella expensive. Like you damn near don't even want to put your kids in athletics, let alone if you think your kid about to be, let's say you're trying to live vicariously through your kids to get hoop dreams, and you got that nigga playing AAU basketball and travel ball. Like even on them best AAU teams, this shit costs hella bread.
Yes,
it's expensive as fuck to try. Like my little brother, like
especially when you have multiple kids.
Yeah, my mom had my little brother playing fucking travel football and shit, and he's playing college ball now, and it worked out. A nigga got really good, but if that nigga was cheeks, you waste all that money for what? Let's put that nigga in fucking upper basketball, upper football. Let that nigga have fun. Nigga, hear these rich fans. Go guard your color and go to fuck home after the fact. Here's a Capri Sun, nigga.
Ours when I was in Tennessee in chat, it was you know, school, and if you did sports, you did sports. So I did sports, but then also our spaces were the comic book store and the arcade.
Action Pack says that could be the death of comic book shops. No, honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. I've said it before, but I try not to be nihilistic. I'm usually an individual who is very much so always thinking cup half full. But gang, comics ain't in the best spot right now. Like, yeah, you getting a lot of announcements right now for shit that's going on, but in regards to the next generation, gang, right now, like millennials are the ones paying most of the money and spending money on comic books. And maybe you got some people like myself that are Gen Z that are really passionate about it, that like spend money on it, maybe want to be content creators. But the average kid is not following what's going on in events. They don't give a fuck about asking to buy those comics. And in a good 10 to 15 years, where a lot of these millennials get older, or either you don't end up not giving a fuck, or you get, or again, to get really dark, let's say you just die out. Like a lot of millennials just get older and just die. What the fuck do you do then? Because you did not make your books conducive to the next generation, especially comic shops conducive to the next generation. So you're on fucking arrest, you're on life support right now. You need to make these spaces one where kids can come and get ingratiated in and get the next generation in.
I will co-sign what you just said because I talk to a lot of people in the industry. I can't tell you how many times I've had folks tell me, yeah, man, comics ain't in the best place.
Yeah.
It like I've had people as low as indie, as low as the indie sector, and I've had people as high as working in the offices of Marvel and DC. And I don't mean small time writers. I'm talking about motherfuckers like that are Tim Seeley or higher. Tim Seeley, Jason Aaron, or higher. Kelly Thompson, or higher. And they've all said the same thing. It is hard. It is hard. Comics are... I know it sounds... And I hate saying this too because it's kind of doomer, and it's also something people have been saying for a really long time. As much as I hate hearing it, it's true. Comics are dying. They're not dead. And I'm not saying they can't be saved. But it ain't looking good. Like, the industry could literally go... Like, I think when I was talking to Jason Aaron and Tim Seeley, they both said that, I mean, this shit could literally go away tomorrow. That's the space that it's in right now.
Because I think, because somebody told me, well, it was good in the 50s and it's still here. Yeah, I think in the 50s there wasn't as much competition. But their manga and anime is right now, like, amongst Gen Z, like, they have it. It's, like, shonen has fucking dominated the fucking zeitgeist for youth and children, and it will for a long fucking time because they're cultivating material that is inherently based for children. Because when people talk about manga and anime, 90% of niggas are talking about shonen. They're not talking about seinen or any of the other adult-oriented kind. They're talking about the shit that is meant for kids and teenagers. Like My Hero, Dragon Ball, like these are things that are marketed towards kids. Like, yes, they're written so well that adults can get into them and they're layered, but the intended audience for them are the youth. And that's why they've been around so long and why they're so popular, because even then, the people that got into them back then have also aged into the material now. And the fact, and that's why I discuss like so much of my irritation with a lot of the stuff that Marvel does with these events is that y'all are playing on nostalgia so much in regards to bringing this character back and doing this with that character. And that's why I'm so big on giving characters like a Brielle or a Nico Minoru, like a lot of these younger characters, make them present in stories or put them in places where kids can get attached to them, because yes, it's going to be cool to have Batman around or whatever it may be, but there's only so many Batman stories you can tell before you have to try to adapt something for a younger audience. And honestly, if y'all question my thought process on this shit, you look at Marvel. When we talked about it today on why they're going so young with the X-Men, nigga, they don't want to repeat a mistake of the early 2000s X-Men where you hired a bunch of fucking 30-year-olds to play these characters, and in like 5 years, they were too old to fucking be casting these roles. Because they were old as shit, and then kids cannot fucking see themselves in an old ass motherfucker. Like you can see it's cool, but there's a reason Spider-Man is such a big. There's a reason Miles Morales as a character is so fucking big with kids. It's because he is an individual. They can relate to that and the things that he does and the things he talks about. They can relate to that shit.
Same reason why Spider-Man, Peter Parker, took off the way that he did. He was relatable. And kids could get behind that shit, even though technically he was going through some grown man shit. But I will also just only go as far as to say that you need to reach these children. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's a reason why a lot of people coming up today, when we were first getting the MCU, like early days, the reason why no one didn't give a fuck about Iron Man until that movie came out, everybody suddenly was an Iron Man fan. It's because Iron Man's an old ass character, and he has not been updated very much over those years. And the one huge update he's ever gotten, guess when it came? 2008, when that fucking movie came out. Because I challenge anyone, tell me what Tony Stark's personality was before 2008. You can't. You could say drunk corporate billionaire. Yeah, sure, you could say that. But I mean, the thing is, that's not his personality. That's just what he is. So when you get to 2008... Hey, you sit here, you go like, damn, see, dude, they made this movie so comic accurate. It wasn't comic accurate. That was just RDJ doing RDJ shit.
Because
Yeah, he fit that shit.
wait, because when they said that RDJ was going to be Tony Stark, I was like, oh, a drunk playing a drunk? That's crazy.
Yeah. I was like, dude, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not trying to be ugly, but when I found out he was gonna be playing Tony Stark, I was like, tracks.
I was like, oh, how accurate.
I was like, look, man, if anyone would know how to play someone with a substance abuse addiction, it would be Robert Downey Jr. I was like, but I will say my concern was, isn't this kind of like putting the crackhead in the medicine cabinet?
Just
like letting the crackhead have the keys to the medicine cabinet. That's why I was worried.
And what happened in that fucking car, in that fucking thing that he was in? He had a goddamn scotch. You're annoying as
that nigga was fighting demons, boy. That scene. Someone I remember when that boy was fighting demons, boy.
Man, dude, look.
The demon was in that bottle, goddamn it.
Man, for real. Like, but that's my thing though. Like, they had to kind of play him up. And you look at characters like Captain America, you look at characters like Thor. These are also old characters who I think Captain America had more name. Captain America and both. Him and Thor had more name recognition than Iron Man at the time, but the reality is that you're talking about characters that are really old that no one really gives a fuck about except for like old motherfuckers like myself. And I was like, oh, well, that's cool, whatever. But there was a lot of kids that didn't really give a shit. Not until you gave them something to care about, because you gotta remember at that time, what was Marvel doing? They were constantly putting out cartoons, constantly putting out direct-to-video shit. Constantly putting the games were cheeks a lot of the times. We were putting out video games.
Ultimate Alliance was fire.
No, not Ultimate Alliance. But I'm just talking about some of them other games.
Yeah, the other ones. Like when they turned around and tried to do the trading card game that was really bad.
Yes,
and then
it's
they
back
had
now,
the
baby.
CD-ROM game that was really bad, and then they had the restaurant that was also really bad. Like, oh my god.
Oh, I forgot about the restaurant.
Jesus Christ, it was open for
nobody
like
talks about that shit no more, and for good reason.
Yeah.
That shit went as well as that fucking WWE fucking restaurant they tried to fucking put out there.
Dude, I forgot about that too. Because I remember when they tried to make that shit like a reality, and I remember sitting there watching the pay-per-view where they were like trying to show it. I said, all of y'all look like paid actors in here acting like y'all happy about this shit. But yeah,
That's again, people.
I want it to be better.
It's not a hard formula because again, somebody brought up the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Yeah, nigga, teenagers. Like again,
teenagers with attitude.
I'm looking. Somebody brought up why Miles. Well, I don't know if it was an actual question or just bringing it up, or why Miles is so fucking loved. I'm looking at myself, and I was getting into nerd stuff like as a kid, and when my granddad, because my granddad. Again, I learned later in life that, this nigga was a fucking nerd. This thing would give me shit and have me watch certain things. I'm like, all right, cool. I thought it was just because he thought it would be cool for a kid. But like things like a Harry Potter, a Static, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers. Like as a kid, I saw kids going through the same things that I would go through, but they get fantastical powers. So I could see myself in them and want to do them shits. I was jumping off the fucking couch, doing Power Ranger moves and being a Ninja Turtle and shit. Like I was doing those things. And when you look at like I think the formula right now that people are getting off when it comes to the big two, it's go edgy, because I think they also noticed that like horror is a big thing, especially for teens and shit. We're gonna make everything edgy. We're gonna make everything horror based. We're gonna make everything the Batman who laughs. We're gonna do everything absolute. Everything's gonna be horror based. And I'm like, all right, I get it. I think y'all also miss about a little bit of why the horror shit is so popular, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's working now because you're hitting your audience base in their fucking chest, because you're all the millennials who are older. They want that dark, gritty version of shit, especially coming. I think Nolan's Batman trilogy ruined a lot of the perception of superhero-dom, because not everybody wants a grounded or gritty, dark, scary fucking like version of their superheroes, versus when comics were in their fucking golden age or in the bronze age, when the MCU was really popping off. Look at what were the bright points, right? When you look at Avengers, right? Cap is in this big, bright blue fucking suit. Hulk is really bright and green. Iron Man's bright. They're getting off jokes here and there. They're doing little kitty shit, little fucking fart jokes and shit like that. Look at Guardians. It was James Gunn getting off his little funny quips and shit. Like, all the things and parts of the MCU that were popular were things that were more than likely just like children oriented or just like light and had a lot of levity to it. Although all of us loved Infinity War at Endgame, that again was a build up and a culmination of 10 years of like, I was 8 when Iron Man 1 came out. And good and fucking grown damn near when the last fucking Endgame ends. So for me, it makes sense because I'm growing up with this fucking franchise. But for you to start with that shit, I'm like, we're doing too much, bro. Like, add some levity here. That's why niggas were like, oh my God, Teen Titans Go is so ass. Brother, did y'all watch Teen Titans Go? That shit was funny as fuck.
Unfortunately.
That shit is funny as fuck. That shit is funny as shit.
That shit makes me fucking giggle.
That shit is funny. When them niggas went through and went back in time and saved Batman's parents and then said, oh, we gotta fix this shit, and went back and murdered the fuck out of Batman's parents. I fucking cried.
I ain't gonna hold you. I saw a video the other day and it makes me giggle because I never thought much of it. But the video was called "Everything I Learned About Fiscal Responsibility I Learned from Teen Titans Go." And I was like, and when I went and looked at it, I was like, they were showing the clips, and it was literally like clips where they were literally teaching you how to buy your first apartment, how to buy a car, how to save money. I was like, God damn, that's kind of crazy. But no, it's the songs make me laugh too, because like I can't tell you how many times I walk around the house talking about pyramid mummy money. Like I'd be like, that's my shit. But like I'm always talking about that pyramid scheme money.
Yeah.
But no, the thing is they also make lots of little jokes and little things. Like honestly, they know who's watching it because I would wake up early in the morning back when I had like a normal 9 to 5. I had to get up early in the morning and shit would be on. I can't tell you how many times I was like, dude, this shit's on this early in the morning. But I said, I ain't gonna hold you. While I see my kid giggling, I'm giggling too, but I'm giggling at something different because I see an Easter egg in the background that clearly lets me know these people read comics.
Mm-hmm.
Like they would have like a deep cut ass Easter egg in the background that was like a reference to some shit that happened in the comics that no child watching that show would be able to like comprehend or be able to figure out. But like, yeah, I think, but also at the same time, I recognize it's not the original Teen Titans cartoon, and honestly, I don't think it should be.
I think that's probably what made the original good too. So they had plenty of those jokes in there. Like again, it was dark at moments, but there were plenty of episodes where we were fucking watching Beast Boy and fucking Cyborg eat pizza and shit, do like goofy shit. Or I'm blanking on the name of the what was the name of the fucking maggot pet that they had? Silky. Like Silky's doing a little goofy shit. Like they just did a bunch of goofy shit in that show. But I think that was part of what made that era of DC animation elite. When you're looking at that, or you're looking at like the Justice League show, they blended the goofy shit with a thought out storyline really well. And again, you could I think, Teen Titans Go lean more on the side of goofy, but again, they're hitting their target demographic is like the young audience. And that's why people my age now, they're like fucking 25 and 26, still glaze the fucking Teen Titans because we grew up with that shit.
Yeah. And even that wasn't accurate to to the Teen Titans comics, as much as, I think people might have wanted it to be. Like that show is a lot more lighthearted than Teen Titans usually were.
But sure, I think I'm always go back to basketball with a lot of things. The issue that people have is that they're not blending it well. Like, yeah, you want your older, established veteran player that can be your superstar to carry things forward, but you're also looking to draft some young talent that could also lead you into the next era of your fucking team when your player's here. Yeah, you got fucking Kevin Durant and fucking Russ on the fucking team, but hey, nigga, there's this young nigga named Shea Gilgeous-Alexander in the clip. Let's go trade for that nigga. He a little young, but he could be nice for us right now. Let's go get that nigga on the way out. And I'm fucking shit up because that was a whole KD had left well before that. I'm tripping. Never mind. But yeah, I get the fucking gist of what I'm trying to say.
I get the sentiment. I get the sentiment of it. Like,
But sure.
Yeah, you have to at some like something I think everybody anyone in the chat right now, if you are over 35 years old, Hollywood don't make nothing for you. Just accept that. The moment you turn 35, Hollywood stops giving a fuck about you. Like, full stop. So they want to keep those eyes that are on their product as young as possible. Shit, they used to do that shit with the fucking cigarette industry. Cigarette industry used to market to children. That's why they would use cartoons and cartoon characters and lighthearted shit, because they would try and sneak that shit in wherever they could. They want to like any good drug dealer. Well, I don't mean to make it sound like it's a glorified thing, but they're gonna try and keep that clientele ripe.
Mm-hmm.
So
you want to see it? You want to see it in its perfect form? Fucking Fortnite. They snatch children. So now, even like well after the pandemic, you still got these kids as teenagers now feeding for fucking Fortnite dollars and shit, or V-Bucks is what it is.
Yeah, give them V-Bucks.
And yes, Action Back brought it up and said, yeah, not Marvel. They're 35 plus their core audience now, and that's the fucking issue.
Well, yeah, no, it's 100%. No, 100%.
Because in my mind, again, this nigga Josh still gonna kill me about the ageism, but y'all gonna watch this shit regardless. Like, if you were a Marvel and DC fan your entire life and you're 36, you go watch whatever the fuck they put out. Even if you say you hate it, you still gonna watch the shit to see how bad it is. You're gonna spend that money. They need to get the next generation in so they can make shit for them for the next 10 years. You want to get a 12-year-old hooked onto you so when they're 22, they love it, and when they're 32, they still love the shit.
Hell, you're gonna get a you're basically you're trying to keep the cycle repeating.
Yeah.
You're trying to keep the cycle fresh and constantly going.
Oh boy, Shawty Jenkins said it. Marvel and DC Comics fans are still talking about the 90s. No disrespect, it's cool, but you need new fans to continue the industry. Yes. Niggas are stuck in the past. They're stuck in the past.
That's why I keep saying
Yeah. And y'all talking all that shit about manga and anime taking over, and don't copy the model. That's why I'm very interested to see how they go about flushing out this new anime or manga division with Marvel when it gets to Japan.
Oh, I saw the books that they have coming out. I'm so excited.
Did you? What books are they?
Hold on, let me pull it up again.
Because we were talking about it in regards to like, oh, maybe they'll fucking go pick some younger Asian characters and let them lead teams over there, like fucking White Foxes and shit. I don't know. Or who do we say? We said somebody in particular. I forgot who the fuck we were talking about.
I don't remember. Hold on. I'm trying to concentrate on it before I forget what you have me doing.
No, you're good. Do your thing.
Concentrate.
But yeah, like I think if Marvel's smart, they'll go into the manga side of things, pick some young heroes who don't get a lot of shine, throw them niggas on a manga book. Who the fuck was it? It was somebody we were talking about that was Asian and that was a fucking popular hero that we could use for a team or for a book over there.
When we were talking about Luna Snow and all of them?
Yeah, we were talking
about the Agents of Atlas, basically.
Yeah.
We were talking about
they're called Tiger Division now. Yeah.
The Tiger Division.
Yeah, like nigga, like you already got some kind of a popularity because of the Marvel rivals. Like, bro, put them on a manga, let the motherfuckers cook. Because now, again, it makes even more sense because you have Asian characters in an Asian art form or art style per se. Like cook, and then if you get a whole new audience hooked on those motherfuckers, great. Now you got a slew of Asian characters you can throw out there. You got cosplays. You've invaded at that point. You penetrated the Asian market.
And that's exactly what they want.
And you penetrated the youth in America because now the youth in America are like, oh, well, it's Marvel and it's manga and anime. I'm reading this shit, especially if they get an anime. Instead of you niggas trying to force a Joker anime down my throat or a Crypto the Super Dog show, nigga, just... Oh, brother. This shit pisses me off so bad. Marvel Tokon, exactly. Marvel Tokon, like, perfect example.
Yep. And that shit's got the fighting game community in a chokehold right now.
Hey, brother, I have not touched a fighting game seriously since 2017. My friends who are big FGC niggas who like do tournament, they bullied me into buying this shit, and we streamed it. I had a blast. I had a fun. It's just super layered. It's fast paced. It's fun. The black characters are cool as shit and strong as shit. Nigga, Shuri is me with Shuri is unfuckwittable, nigga. Shuri, Storm's broken too, because Storm is stunning the fuck out of you with fucking like she's annoyingly fucking broken because she's just gonna stun the fuck out of you the whole time. But Shuri with that fucking staff, nigga, smacking you from across the map. And you ain't doing shit about it.
Well, it's like what yeah, a homie of mine was telling me because when he got on the when there's the whole beta thing and everything, he was talking about it. He was like, yeah. He's like, I think this is reignited my fighting game spirit, and this is a cat that drops like 4, 5, 6, 7, 800 hours every time there's like a new Mortal Kombat that comes out. And he was like, yeah, he said, I think this is gonna be my new Mortal Kombat. Like it's gonna be that game that I'm gonna be like playing for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours until a new one comes out, and then I'm gonna end up putting hundreds and hundreds of hours in on that. That was basically what he was telling me. And I was like, I said, yeah, I don't need to touch that game then.
Yeah, bro.
I don't need anything. I have enough vices. I'm good.
Honestly, I like it for the standpoint I can pick it up and put it down.
Yeah.
Like it's hard for me to like, it's like with Rivals, nigga, I was playing nonstop. But with this shit, it's really easy to come into it, play with the homies for a couple hours, talk the shit, shoot the shit, and put that shit down, and then you're done.
Yeah.
Okay, I found them. Okay, so they're basically revisiting their mangaverse. So they have the thing that's going on is the Web of Blood, which is going to be Laura Kinney, Miles Morales, and Magic. Then they have Iron Knight, which is Ironheart and Moon Knight together. They have the Arcane Avengers. They have Ghostlock, which is Psylocke being Ghost Rider.
Psylocke, that's cold as fuck. I ain't gonna lie, that sounds like hard.
Yeah. They have Web of Destiny going on. They have Wars. Oh, that's Marvel Zombies. And then they have Web of Destiny going on.
It's all manga specifically, right?
Yes, all of the mangaverse. So and all of these come out in September. So these were in their September solicits.
Marvel may be cooking. I ain't gonna hold you, nigga. Hold on. Mm-hmm. I mean, hey, I don't read a lot of manga, but I may have to be on the lookout for some shits because Psylocke as the Ghost Rider sound kind of cool. I ain't gonna hold you.
She looks good too.
And then we got Ironheart again, taking a younger hero and putting her next to an established nigga like Moon. Like again, those. Hey,
and Moon Knight, I believe they said Moon Knight is a sorcerer.
Hey, what's the nigga name? My boy CB Sabalski.
Oh,
hey,
oh, you mean the?
Oh, and Iron Knight.
You mean Akira Yoshida?
Is that what his name is now?
No, that was the name that was his pen name that he used to pretend to be Asian.
Oh. That's a hard ass name.
Iron Knight is Cody Ziegler.
Hey man. Hey. Yeah. I'm not gonna be a Marvel shill, but they're doing some shit I'm interested in right now. I ain't gonna tell you. And I don't have to tap dance to be interested in it. Anyway, the Kaori, real quick, because I know we've been on for 2 hours now. We promised to kind of cover this stuff, or to cover this in particular, the Odyssey. Give me your quick rundown and review of the Odyssey and how much you enjoyed it. Because Ernie, did you watch it yet?
Not yet. I'm gonna watch it in a minute.
Okay. So give me your quick thoughts, Kaori.
That was probably one of the best movies that I've seen this year, and I said in my little mini review on TikTok, because I am going to cover it in full, obviously, but very, very, very happy with the adaptation from the book. As many times as I fucking read the Odyssey, and then finding out just like the behind the scenes shit. Especially that goddamn horse, was enough for me. I think Christopher Nolan and team did an absolutely amazing job. I've seen it 3 times. I saw it regular, I saw it in IMAX, and then I saw it in 4DX. 4DX made me sick. So, unless you really feel like moving like you're on a goddamn boat about to be swallowed by a whirlpool, don't do that.
I'm trying to go see fucking Spider-Man in 4D. I haven't seen anything in 4DX yet. I've been waiting for the right movie. I look, you want to see Spider-Man in 4DX.
I like 4DX for certain things. Not for that. I mean, yes for that, but also not for that. That shit fucked my stomach up real
bad.
Damn. For me, I agree. In me looking at like what the early Oscar bait's going to be for stuff, there's things that are on my radar. I still absolutely loved Project Hail Mary. I think that was probably going to be my number 2 movie of the year. I think the Odyssey is probably number 1 top dog for me right now with the presentation. Again, the one thing I will say about it, I felt in 3 hours. No, and not because it was bad, not because anything took me out of my immersion for it. It's just, nigga, it was a long ass movie. And it did the thing where like you think that shit's over with. Nah, we got one more final sequence. But again, amazing film. The acting performances were amazing. I thought that the effects for it were amazing. Like I looked at what that puppet looked like for the fucking Cyclops. I was like, how the fuck did they do that with this? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Nolan cooked with that, and again, just seeing also the process of like what it looked like to get the film for that actually edited and put together and things of that nature. It was great movie. I honestly, yeah, that's probably my favorite movie of the year. I probably want to slide Evil Dead Burn as like my number 2, and I'll probably slide Project Hail Mary at 3 so far. I need to go see some more shit because I've not watched Toy Story yet or anything. I've been kind of busy with Echelon shit and the channel stuff, so I haven't seen as much as I would like to. I need to go see some shit though. I need to get my fucking usage out of my fucking my subscription because that $30 a month is not gonna go to fucking waste. God damn it. Spider-Man probably will be like number 4 more than well, depending on how good that shit is. It may jump to number 1. I don't know. But
It was a really, honestly, it was a fun watch if you are somebody who enjoys it. I do want to say for people who don't know how to read, the Odyssey is not real.
No.
Helen was never described as being white, and that bitch hatched out of a fucking egg, out of like after her mother, who was very human, was assaulted by Zeus, who was a fucking swan. So, y'all can stop with that now.
keep in mind, that nigga Homer loved him some niggas. That nigga described niggas as the most beautiful people he had ever fucking seen on Earth, nigga. He was like, damn, they fine. Where the fuck they come from? I need
Also,
some of that.
based on how H.P. Lovecraft believed black folks were born, Helen of Troy being black would make a whole lot of sense because H.P. Lovecraft thought we hatched from eggs naturally. So there you go.
That nigga, boy. I saw a video about how racist he was. I was like, Jesus Christ, this nigga.
Oh no, he was comically racist.
Like fucking comic book level. Like, what was that one character we talked about the other day, the clandestine nigga? That was like, fucking like, goddamn.
Well, he was so racist, even though the racists were like, "Hey, bruh, come on, man, come on, man, ain't that? Come on, bruh." That's how bad he was. That is how bad he was as a racist.
Like, I was like, I saw that nigga and the shit he was getting off, and I thought to myself,
and I started thinking to myself, man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
That nigga was pissed at them niggas, boy. Getting into the show's namesake to finish this shit off, because we've been running for about a good 2 hours, and this has been a really robust stream. We are still at 51 congruent people, and we've had like 368 people in here. So what I would ask of you guys, the people that are in here and the people that come after, I already been checking it. Let me see where we at with the likes right now, because I've been just having the ball, not really paying attention to if niggas were liking the video and whatnot. I will ask y'all, if y'all are here, do your boy a favor and like the video. Let's make sure we have 45 likes right now. 51 of y'all in here watching. Help your boy out. Help your boy out. Hit that like button for me. Here and after the fact, help this kind of do well. But getting into the show's namesake, pull list therapy, we're going to get into some of the comics we've been reading as of late and what has been in our pull list. I finally, after like a month, went to the comic shop and spent over, I think I spent like $104 on all the shit that's been stacked up in there for a month. Most of that, for the most part, was me buying this last compendium for the Milestone media situation, which I still need to buy the first one and the fourth one, I believe, to finish my set, my collection. But that's a whole lot of it. Kaori, do you want to go? Or y'all want me to go first?
I can go. Mine is short.
Oh yeah.
What did I read? I read Of the Earth and Odin. Odin is fucking insane. That is a very crazy group of white people. I must say that is a very crazy group of white people. I did get my second issue of M1 Monster Racing. I don't know, stealing my father's credit card as revenge, and buying a racing car, by the way, as revenge for him moving me across the country, I feel like would have gotten me murdered. But you know,
just saying.
I very much enjoy that she still calls that boy Felix, because he does look like Felix from Stray Kids when Felix had his blue hair. So I do enjoy that K-pop crossover. I also read the new Moon Knight, where they brought in and created the Midnight Suns team to go kill a haunted house. So those are my enjoyments for for this week. I read a bunch of other stuff, but I don't remember what they were. Those were kind of just like my highlights. I feel like I read The Darkness too, and Jackie's like about to go apeshit crazy, but I feel like that was last week.
Yeah, that shit was cold. That nigga about to snap. I ain't gonna hold you.
He's about to go.
That nigga's about to go crazy.
He's about to go apeshit fucking crazy.
I'll go next. I know Ernie's shit is thicker than mine. Pause.
I mean,
for me, I have Odin. Obviously, like K. said, crazy ass white folks doing crazy ass white people shit. Funny as fuck. So I actually like issue 2 and 3. I had just fucking sit in the pull box. I have Narco issue 4. I have issue 5 in here somewhere as well. You know, I glaze my boy Doug a lot, and I still think he's a phenomenal writer. This ended a little underwhelming for me. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is the first book I've read by Doug where I was like, that was cool. What my boy saying fucking Young Justice? I was whelmed.
well,
Yeah, not blown away, but I was whelmed. She Spawn, y'all know Gail. After Gail had somebody had a racist call a nigga a coffee cub. Oh, it was a cocoa cub. A cocoa cub. That's what it was.
it's Coco Cub.
That word was funny as fuck. Shout out Gail Simone. Even though, yeah, she's been in hot water today for reasons. Ben 10 issue 3. This is, I think the art style for this book is finally growing on me a little bit. It was kind of jarring for me initially. I was like, I don't know how I feel about it, but seeing Diamond Head was really cool for me. So I really enjoyed seeing that transformation finally, and seeing where Uncle fuck. What was their fucking uncle's name?
I thought it was her grandfather.
Fuck, what was that nigga's name? It wasn't Ben, was it?
No.
Grandpa Ben. Wasn't it Grandpa Ben?
I feel like it's not, but I don't know.
Shit. It'll come back to me. Oh, if you're all in the comment section, Gail just had a comment about content creators and
she said influencers.
She said influencers.
Oh,
influencers.
Excuse me.
Yeah, she specifically said influencers.
Influencers, and I think a lot of creators took that as her slighting them. And I think we all talked about it in like our chat. We, for the most part, I think she was talking about grifters for the most part, because she's publicly, I think, what was it, like last month told me that I did good work. When I just talked about she's spawning shit. So she publicly will give creators. Go ahead,
influencers and content creators are not the same.
They're not the same thing.
I
was gonna say
Grandpa Max. Thank you, Mike Man. That's what the fuck it was, Grandpa Max. Fuck.
And all I was gonna say is that I off and on email back and forth with Gail. So if she had a problem with me, I'm pretty sure she would have told me.
Okay. Excommunicated. I need to start reading this. I've been picking it up.
Excommunicated is so good.
I have not started it yet. I saw somebody do a video on issue 1, and I threw it in my my pull list because I wanted to see more from Vault Comics. But I need to get around to start reading it. I don't know how the fuck Department of Truth snuck its way in there. Like, I have the first trade. I just haven't read it yet. But I'm like, who the fuck put this shit in my fucking pull list? I don't remember doing that.
I'm gonna say it's good shit.
Doug redeemed himself though in Cyberpunk 2077 Chrome in the last issue. This shit ended funny as fuck, and I fuck with Doug for that. I enjoyed this run. It's a nigga that was binging and playing the fuck out of the Cyberpunk 2077 game. It felt good getting back into the universe with the story. Follow the House of Slaughter. Again, this is a book in the series I'm saving because I'm trying to make my way through something that's killing the children now. I think I'm like on issue 8, I believe, or 9. So I'm trying to fight my way through that, and I will read this once I finish that run or get near the end. Again, this is issue 3 of Excommunicated. I'm gonna finish that, and then it's the last issue of Narco I got here. So those are all the books that I picked up from the shop that I ran through reading. What you got, Ernie?
You guys, you're getting a treat because I got a blind bag of the most recent issue of Ninja Turtles. So.
Ooh.
I have no fucking clue what is in here.
I want to start reading more Turtles, man. I need to go back and read some Turtle stuff.
It's good shit. I got this cover.
Who let their thighs out?
I forget her name, but she's actually from like the OG, like Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird, Ninja Turtles. I don't remember her name, but she's a character that used to pop up a lot. Also, we get a little Baxter Stockman this issue. Good to see it. Love to see it. And just like he's supposed to be, he's black in this universe.
He getting done as dirty as he did in that animated series?
No. Baxter's a whole problem.
Okay.
In the IDW shit. Also, got the second trade of Ghost Pepper, one of my favorite books. Ghost Pepper is absolutely fantastic and has been literally on a tear. This has got issues 6 through 12 in it. And if that sounds like an odd number, it's because the first issue was double sized. So even though technically the first trade is 1 through 5, it's more like 1 through 6. Because of how big the first issue was like 50 something, almost 60 pages. Also, on a lark, I picked up Teeny Howard's Sicko from Ignition Press. I haven't read it yet, but I'm pretty sure I'll enjoy it. Also, my shop, because see, I actually read Vampirates because Fred Van Lente actually sent me a PDF of it, so I actually read it beforehand, but my shop did me a favor and got me this variant of it.
I love Vampires.
I was very this book is fantastic. Also, this is I'm trying to remember the artist for I think it's Rebecca Puebla. This is the Rebecca Puebla variant. This book is fantastic, and I was so glad they were able to get me this variant cover. Like Kaori, I did also pick up M1 Monster Racing League #2. Fantastic work. And I didn't pick up the third issue, but I have got the second issue of Ben 10. Been enjoying that. Also the Space Ghost Annual. Because
so good.
I fucks with David Pepos hard. Love that guy. Also picked up Bad Thoughts #2. This is a really good book if you're not keeping up with this. This shit is off the chain. Basically, you're following this black man who, as the book goes on, they kind of play around with it at first, but you basically find out this dude's got special abilities, and he can hear they kind of play around whether it's the thoughts or the intentions of other people, and they basically you figure it out as you go along. But basically, he gets roped up in some shit, and it's really good. Highly recommend. As Kiori also said, Of the Earth. I think this is issue 3 that just came out. So Of the Earth, highly recommend. Also had to pick up that Mumra, the Ever Living #4 because I fucks with the Thunderverse. Heavy.
Yeah, Mumra, yeah.
Also did, Department of Truth, because, I fuck with Department of Truth.
Twin.
Department of Truth will make you not trust shit. You won't trust shit in life when you read Department of Truth. Also, House of Slaughter, because, duh.
Twin.
Or Fall of the House of Slaughter, mind you. Also did get those Thunderhawks, because once again, Thunderverse. G.I. Joe, because we fucks with that Energon universe. Also picked up Narco as Captain Diesel pointed out, #5. I actually have not read this issue yet, so I'm curious to see what I will think about it. Also, friends of the channel, Tom Sinagoski and Janine Atchison. I picked up their I've talked about this book before. I have it in a digital format, but I wanted to have it in a physical. But Nira, A Constance Evermore story. I picked this up. I've read this 5 ever ago, but I just wanted to have a physical copy. And then last, but most certainly not least, oh god, I picked up the complete edition of Harrow County.
God damn, that shit's that big? I didn't realize it was that big.
Yes. Yeah, this is so it's an oversized, it's basically a library edition. It's called the complete edition. It's I think it's 30 or 32 issues of Harrow County, plus all of the content that was in each of the 4 previous released library editions of the book. But it is huge. It's huge.
It's huge.
It's huge. But also, speaking of library editions, where did it go? Here it is.
Please don't fall out of your chair.
I'm trying not to. I also got the Tales. I got the Tales from Harrow County Library Edition, which is a follow-up spin-off series to Harrow County. If you are a horror fan or a fan of Cullen Bunn or a fan of watercolored comics or all of the above, It's a good read, very good read. This actually focuses on the black character that is part of the main series, Bernice, if I remember correctly. And yeah, and I think this actually has the first 2 volumes of Tales from Harrow County in it. So good times all the way around. So yeah, but expensive trip.
Yeah, I'm honestly glad I finished my books up before fucking, because I know Buffy and Angel are coming out, so I'm like, I'm glad I finished up the shit I was already following, because nigga, I needed some of these books to end so I could try to open up room in my fucking pull list for other books. I try to make it a point not to have more than like 6 books.
You do need to have both. You actually will have to read both at least.
Yeah, you'll have to have both.
Best believe they both in there for me. Come on now.
Oh yeah.
I need to watch Buffy. Actually, I have not watched the Buffy show yet. Watched Angel, but I've not watched Buffy. Yeah.
Really?
Don't know what's kept me from getting to. I just haven't started yet, which I'll probably end up doing after I finish Young Sheldon now.
I restarted watching Buffy the other day.
I'm planning to finish it or start it after I finish Young Sheldon. I'm gonna pick it up because
I'm watching Supernatural, Criminal Minds, and Buffy from the beginning. So like those are my 3 from the beginning right now.
I already started Supernatural too. I'm probably start doing those. And also, we got a comment here from John Stewart for Ernie. Well, he added me. I don't know what he added me for. I wanted to read the second issue of Heart of the Darkness and the Ace Blade / Kellen Hart crossover, but they ain't out yet.
Oh.
Why don't you add me for it? I can't do shit about that.
Well, I mean, Danny would have to talk to me about that, but I all I can say is that I don't know, man. You might get some. You might get a little something. I don't know what it would be, but
I don't know. I don't know what it could be. I don't know.
I can't say anything. I'm sworn to secrecy. So
until I can, because I can't keep shit. I'm the worst at like holding down my shit until like I'm horrible with it. It's gonna leak at some point. I don't want my friends to be tired of me, because as soon as I get a page back for some shit, I'd be like, oh my god, guys, look. They're like, all right, nigga, we get it. Fuck. Like, all right, shit, all right. I guess I don't like it that much.
Hey, you're like, don't hate on my happiness.
Fuck, I do. We already talked about it, but if y'all here in the streams, y'all get the scoop. Me and Ernie are doing a cross. Well, I thought John Stewart, you should fucking know this at this point. You've been here. But yeah, me and Ernie are doing a crossover for Reaper and Heart of the Darkness that we will be announcing the Kickstarter for at LoreCon in September 26th, I believe.
Yes, September the 26th and 27th.
And since y'all are here, I will give niggas a sneak peek again to try to build some hype for it. Because when the Kickstarter drop, we just asked that, y'all show up and throw a little bread towards some niggas. Because what will more than likely happen is that the money we collect from this book is going to pay for this book, but also we're going to split to pay for our own separate next issues. Because I really want to get issue 3 of Reaper into production, because I'm excited. Like the covers I got for that shit, the story in itself. That, I think, outside of Oscar, I think that is my best read script that I've done so far, and I'm excited to get that to you guys. But here is a piece of pinup art for the crossover that we're doing, called Tales from the Shadows, that we're going to be doing. So if y'all have not read Reaper issue 1 or read Heart of the Darkness issue 1, y'all go pick those up so that you kind of have an idea what's going on with this crossover book.
It's going to be some crazy shit. I'm not going to speak for all parties involved, but I feel like we put our foot in it. And
nigga.
Yeah, nigga. I feel like we put our foot in it. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to try to. I'm not trying to underplay it, but I feel like we showed up. So, and I also think that I think we both did a really good job of making it a crossover that makes sense.
Yeah.
For the context.
Because this is the first time I was writing for a character that I didn't have, and I'm like, shit, I got to make sure that this nigga's character like sounds accurate to whose character. I had to go back and reread Heart of the Darkness like 2-3 different times to make sure that like this sounds like Kellen and shit. And then, funny enough, we talked about it with Blade. He was like, yeah, this is a guy of few words. I was like, all right, cool. How the fuck do I do this? Perfect. I figured it out in trying to fucking write for Kellen. So I had fun with that. We had to both write for each other's characters for like each half of the book. So it was fun. John Stewart said, "My bad. I meant Reaper instead of Ace Blade. I'm old. Forget. See, this is why I be talking about you old niggas."
Hey, look, I can't say shit because God knows there have been plenty of times where I've people like, man, see, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He called so and so the wrong name. I was like, dude, it ain't. I didn't say it because I don't know. I said it because I had an old man moment. Leave me the fuck alone, dude. Y'all gonna be old one day.
Not no time soon for me, nigga.
He said, man, I won't let that shit happen.
They get just some of the comments. Professor Palmer said, "This is gonna be bigger than Isom versus Cyberfrog." What the fuck is Cyberfrog?
Oh,
that another sick
that's
nigga?
that shit. No, that's Ethan Van Sciver, the guy
I don't
who's like,
actually.
well, probably for the best. But basically, he was the artist for Green Lantern back when Jeff Johns was on it.
Oh, they're like the Blackest Night stuff.
Green Lantern Rebirth. And,
okay.
Primarily, like the early Jeff Johns Green Lantern shit. And basically, he went full fucking white supremacist, and he's one of the architects of Comicsgate.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a whole racist, whole fucking racist. We'll try to convince you that he's not, but he totally fucking is.
He on his Andy Serkis shit right now.
Yeah, he's on some bullshit. Definitely. Well, and he also he's also in the same like crop with like Eric July, like Young Ripper and all them. But no, Cyberfrog was
fuck that
yes.
nigga.
Yeah, Cyberfrog is Ethan's his magnum opus, so to speak, and it took him 5 ever to put that book out. Is it even out now? I know he raised money for it, and like it took him forever to get it out. Like, and when I say forever, I mean years, and it's not a good book. It is not good.
And I'll say this: normally, when niggas ask me to cover his shit, I just ignore it just because I don't think it's that deep. But because he fucked over the homie. Fuck that nigga Eric July. Fuck Isom. Fuck the Ripperverse. Fuck the niggas.
Yeah. Boo!
Oh my god.
Receipts are had, and I dare a nigga to lie. Niggas, Chetty Jenkins says they going back to back. You know it's gonna be fire. They going back to back. Hey, you already know.
Hey,
you already know.
Wait, what? I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't tell you this when you first showed me the layout on the pinup, but I started thinking about because once again I'm a wrestling dude, so I started thinking about the fucking Bang Gang, the Bang Bang Gang's entrance, the gun club, when they would come out to Many Men, and the camera would be panning around them, and Many Men would start playing.
They came out to Many Men.
Yep.
That's hard as fuck.
I remember that.
Because they would be sitting there, they would just be like, it would be like them, they would all be like back to back on each other, and the camera would just pan around them like repeatedly, and they'll just be like doing they shit, like, dude, be like, yeah, man, yeah. I'm like, okay, all right, y'all.
See.
Shit was wild.
What's funny is that you mentioned you thought about that. I thought about the Usos when they first came out.
Oh,
nigga.
yeah.
When niggas used to do the haka when they first came out. That shit was cool. The haka will forever be the coolest fucking thing in the world to me. Whenever I see fucking Pacific Islanders do that shit, I'd be like, bruh, I would shit myself.
Oh, that's
I was
just cold.
going to war back in the day with them niggas and saw niggas in the distance. I'm not gonna end me like this. Let me not do that shit. I want to be disrespectful, but seeing a nigga do that shit, tongue out,
no.
crazy. Nah, nigga, I'm going home. Y'all got it.
Dude, when I saw him do that shit on I forget where this was, but when they did that shit like in a political arena, I was like, I ain't gonna hold you.
During when they were tearing up whatever thing, it was like I think it was I want to say it was New Zealand.
Yeah, it was
during Parliament. Yes.
I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know what the fuck the motherfuckers was voting for or against, but whatever side they were on, I'm on it.
I want to say it was something about women. I do. I want to say it was something about women.
Like women's rights or something?
Yeah, I think it was about women's rights.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, see, first off, I would have been on their side anyway, because anytime that like I see women talking about like some motherfuckers on some bullshit, I'd be like, oh yeah, no, I just believe them. But like just the way that haka was popping off, I was like, oh yeah, nah.
It was for indigenous rights. It was for indigenous rights.
Oh, well, then yeah,
it was
even better, even better.
Yeah, it was for a Maori female woman named Hannah, who started it when she ripped that shit up.
Oh, Hannah, I fucked that up.
You're so fucking annoying.
I was like, no, this man is.
I gotta work my stitch.
Please
My stitch is
stop.
rough. My bad. I ain't done that shit in a while. My bad. We mentioned I had to look this shit up because my first time seeing this shit was at, I think it was 08 at the 08. I think it was the 08 Olympics, and you saw the niggas do that shit before the Olympic basketball fucking spot. 8 or 7 of these niggas are like some of the best basketball players to ever touch a fucking basketball, and the niggas are like, "What the fuck is going on?" Ain't no fucking way.
That shit is funny.
I will never forget that shit. That shit lives in my fucking brain to this day. Is that the nigga James Harden? What the fuck? But nah, we have been going for almost 3 hours now, which I've had a blast. I've had fun. Honestly, I ain't been regretting it because we've had niggas here the whole time. We've had at least like 30 people here the whole time. I think we've had 409 views so far, which for me is a very good stream, which means y'all are helping to pay for some comic book pages. At this point, I tell niggas, when y'all watch videos, y'all are helping to pay for comic book art because I perpetually spend money on artists doing art on every check I get, and that's why your nigga is broke all the fucking time. And it's not going to end anytime fucking soon, apparently. But thank everybody that watched the black watching video. That video did really well, which is probably why when I cover indie books going forward, if they're not like a big major publisher, I may start doing them during lives. I'm probably gonna copy fucking Ernie's format because I just got my algorithm back to where it needed to be. But it took a minute because I had posted like 6 or 7 different pre-recorded interviews from people, which I'm glad I did them. Happy I did them. Blessed to talk to people I talked to. I had to make sure this algorithm sit right. So there will be a lot more videos of me just getting off what I get off. Pause. Y'all niggas will get a lot of I just be doing a lot of live interviews with indie artists, kind of in a similar fashion to what I did with Ray Anthony Height, but it'll just be live the entire time more than likely. My nigga John Stewart said, I learned that Dr. Knight is technically elderly in regards to the movie going. Yeah, she old as fuck.
I will choose that fucking elder ticket every single time. I'm not paying $15 when I can pay $9.50.
I think red is her real hair color, nigga. That shit is wow. She in that bitch like Keita.
Listen, I actually need to go and fucking wash my hair too, and I really don't want to.
Damn. Joseph Ashley, yeah, the hype button. So what I ask y'all to do, save the hype button pushes for when I drop the regular videos during the week. Save 2, because again, I drop 2 regular videos, usually Monday or Tuesday or Thursday and Friday. Save the 2 for that, and then go throw that last one over to Ernie, and we'll split it that way. That's Ernie's. That's the only way I can pay that nigga for coming onto these streams. don't throw a hype button to that nigga Ernie, because I'm broke. I can't pay for that nigga to be here. That nigga ain't cheap.
Hey, you know what? I accept.
RDJ levels of expensive.
Oh God,
hey,
that nigga,
look.
that nigga, the Baba Yaga ain't cheap, nigga.
Hey, look, hey, look. I'm just saying. Y'all never know.
Boy, JAR9576 says, Captain Diesel, what are the best way, in your opinion, to market a project or brand?
Why are you asking him? He sucks.
Whoa, hold on now. Wait, one goddamn
You
minute.
literally said that already. You've said that already.
Yeah, nigga, I say that,
really
nigga.
bad.
You not me though. Whoa, relax.
You are really bad at it.
Whoa.
As your friend and older sister, I'm telling you, you're really bad at it.
Pop it out your mouth.
Yo, please.
I was waiting for the question.
Don't be dramatic. You're the one who said you were bad. I'm just like, why are you asking him? He's bad at it.
Pop it.
Damn. John Stewart says, Dr. Knight don't get no hype. Sounds sexy to me. Well, when she posts videos consistently on YouTube channel, I'll tell you niggas to go give her some hypes.
Yeah, I don't. Somebody tried to the other day, and they were like on one of the videos. I think it was on like a Witchblade video. I don't remember. They tried to the other day, and they said it wasn't working. And I was like, I don't even know what that is, nor do I care. So y'all can go give it to Charlie. I was like, I don't know what that is. So go ahead. I was like, you can go give it to Charlie.
See.
I think I even said Ernie. I was like, don't give that shit to me. It's fine.
Mean as fuck. Hey, you already know at bare minimum, you gonna get a hype, you gonna get that shit from Robo and Carter. Them niggas, they'll be his friends.
Hey, that come show you some love.
Well, that nigga Carter did call you broke the other day. He did call you broke yesterday. Nigga said your lights and shit.
Yeah, talking about the camera. He was talking about the camera.
I said, God damn.
I was like, man, it just went straight for the throat.
Nigga called you a peasant. I was like, shit. Ugh.
I mean, I was like, God damn. I was like, this motherfucker got him an HD camera and don't know how to act.
Oh God, nigga Hollywood now.
He's like Hollywood Rock. He gonna start showing up on the show with a vest.
Oh God.
Look at in the sunglasses.
But I guess to that point, the only thing I can say as of now, to not be long-winded because we try to get up off of here, is just to find your core audience and find out who you are and what your brand is representing. Because if you have a brand that is a product that is more than likely going to be marketed for younger people, you probably don't want to try to go to a bunch of older content creators or niggas that do old shit to old niggas to get them to market your young person product or vice versa. Don't go to fucking Speed to try to market some being gay.
If you don't put that fucking book up here before we leave, I'm going to be very upset.
Did you send it?
Already. Yes, I did. I said before we even started that I sent it in the chat.
Which chat? The Discord?
No, I sent it to your phone. Ernie already forgot me.
So,
okay?
Carrie, let me
I'm
ask.
I'm sorry. God damn it, I got distracted.
So,
We
Carrie,
were venting. It's fine.
we know that I do this stream from my computer, correct? Why would you send this shit to my phone? Hold on.
You know what?
Give me a second. I gotta add it from my phone to this fucking Google Drive and then get the shit in so niggas can see it.
I tell you what, while Captain Diesel is getting that together, I have a public service announcement.
Oh God.
It's a good one. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Okay. Nigga had me sweating.
If you are a fan of cinema the way I am, specifically Korean cinema.
Korea number one.
Number one. If you can find a way to watch Colony, it is the new movie.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, no, I literally finished it right before we popped off in here. This is for those who don't know, Colony is a movie that is by it's a Young Sang-ho.
Young Sang-ho, yeah.
Yeah, Young Sang-ho. He is the director of Train to Busan and Peninsula.
I will be watching that.
This is and it is exactly that. This is a zombie movie, but it is not yeah, Train to Busan vibes and Peninsula vibes, sure, but this is not a zombie movie the way those are zombie movies. This is probably the best Resident Evil movie I have ever watched. And honestly, yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. I saw some stuff in this movie that I saw in them trailers for that new Resident Evil, and I'm kind of looking at that Zach Krager a little different now. I'm kind of like,
yeah, I'm gonna probably watch it tomorrow in the middle of while I'm working.
Yeah,
where is it? Where's it streaming at? Is it streaming anywhere?
It is. Well, I will just say that I had my way. Yo
ho, all together, hoist the colors high.
But I will say, it is not. The way that you'll have to get it, it's on Prime. I believe it's on Prime.
Gotcha.
If you're gonna watch it, but yeah, that is a movie that I think you're gonna hear a lot of people talking about in the months to come. When it comes to good zombie movies,
I need to peep that and I need to watch The Furious because I know you talked about it. I think I've seen a couple people I know that I fuck with.
So good.
I need to watch that. Real quick before we get into the last few things. My boy LaCoy Cooks 2825 sent an Unk alert for 440 jewels. Appreciate you. I don't know do you know what jewels do yet? I've gotten them, but I still don't know what they do.
I thought it was like bits, like they're trying to do like the bits thing on Twitch.
Yeah, I didn't know they like converted directly into like a super chat, like with actual cash, or was it just like a boost to the channel?
It's basically okay. If you get, I think they said it's like 100 rubies is equal to $1. 200 jewels is equal to $1. The way I see it.
Hey, it's my boy. Hey, appreciate the $2, big dog. Boy, LaQuay. Didn't even say that. It just said Unk alert. So I guess I'm Unk now. I thought I was still big bro status. I didn't know I got the Unk yet.
I mean,
we getting there though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna blink and that shit gonna be. I'm gonna be Kaori's age when I blink. It's gonna be crazy.
This motherfucker right here.
Hello,
Kaori gonna
puppets.
cut you in your sleep.
You're so rude.
Yeah, this been looking like Mum Raw. Not too long from now. My boy John Stewart says, "Have y'all watched the Avatar: Aang: The Last Airbender yet?" I watched it a long time ago. Cause fuck Paramount. How about that? Them Ellis brothers. All right, Kaori, we have it prepared now. Go ahead and give your pitch for your new book.
It wasn't really a pitch, but anyway.
You got to now.
Well, so my book is finally it's called Death by Secret, it was originally supposed to be a novel, but then of course I started seeing things in my sleep, so it is now a comic book.
Yeah, that was that goddamn doll.
First of all, leave Serena alone. She hasn't done anything.
Fuck okay? Serena. How about that?
She ain't done shit. Anyway, so basically it is about a woman named Valeria who owns a bookstore, a horror bookstore, by the way. And she doubles as a serial killer who kills serial killers, abusers, sex traffickers, all that shit. And she has shadow powers. So this is my favorite project thus far. It is supposed to come out on Halloween. We are really close. And I will have the Kickstarter up on August the 1st.
And I can't remember, you are publishing this with us, right? Or are you self-publishing this?
You're asking too many questions that I don't know the answer to.
Are you publishing with Echelon or not? Nigga, I don't know. You don't
not this one. The other one, the Egyptian gods versus the Greek gods one is.
Gotcha. I was about to say, if you're doing that, you probably want to get that so we can start with a fucking rollout and get that shit prepped and whatnot. But c'est la vie. I'll be reading this. I'm excited. Something like I've seen some of the art that she shared around for it. I'm excited to see what this looks like.
It looks good.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I'm excited for this. So when that Kickstarter gets out, we'll start putting that in the description for the stream so that y'all can go click on that immediately and go give that some love.
I'm gonna try and get Kaori to come and yap with me.
Nigga, that is going to be the most unhinged fucking stream known to fucking man.
God damn.
And that's honestly just evident from me being in the comment section.
You know what, honestly, I ain't gonna hold you. That's probably gonna be some
peak cinema.
That's gonna be some ADHD. That's gonna be some ADHD levels of fuckery. So yeah, you know what? Honestly, I accept the accusation.
These niggas on a tangent.
No, that is not why my hair is red. My hair is red because I don't want to wash my hair until the 1st. So I have on a wig.
You gotta spend another 24 hours braiding that shit.
I'm not braiding my hair this time. I'm going to do a silk press. I'm quite literally this close from getting a fucking relaxer, and that's honestly one of the reasons that I'm keeping my fucking hair in a wig right now. Also, it's 119 degrees, between 110 and 119 degrees, and the sun keeps trying to fry my shit when I step outside. So wig it is.
Hell no.
I mean, I ain't mad at you. Shit.
I lost my whole train of thought. What was I was about to say before she got into that wig?
Thank you. The cover looks amazing. We do have an alternate cover that will be done probably before the thing comes out, actually, before the Kickstarter starts.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. Hear ye, congregation, gather round. Congregation, we have some news in regards to upcoming things y'all be ready for. Again, we've mentioned it before. I think Ernie's mentioned it on his own channel. September 26th. If you guys do not have your tickets to LoreCon in Durham, North Carolina, I believe. Yes, in Durham. It's not in Wiley. Y'all pull up. You will see us three there unhinged on a panel for the first time, which I get to see Ernie in person for the first time. That'd be cool. I met Kaori. Her crazy ass is coming to stay at my house and scare my dog snoring.
Shut the fuck up, because he was in there asleep with me.
Hey, if y'all want to hear a video of Kaori snoring, go find that Popcorn Chronicles video we did when we recorded when she was here on the channel.
You're so fucking
Honestly,
I'm not in Texas. I'm in Vegas, so I'm still like in the desert. It's hot as fuck.
Honestly, I wish people watch that video. That was a fun video. I edited that whole video myself. I edited that whole thing myself. Now I can't make a single dollar off that shit because it was copyrighted like fuck, but it's up though.
Oh, what?
Bro, we were literally just reacting to Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
I don't know if you've ever watched any of Cosmonaut Marcus's shit and what he does with his not that Cosmonaut Quickies. He does like a sort of a similar thing where he gets with his friends and watches the movie and they kind of give commentary while they're watching it. Great video series, great concept idea for content, but editing that shit to where you can actually make money off that shit is nigh impossible. I spent hours editing that fucking video, which is already kind of crazy because it was a fucking long ass movie. I spent a lot of time editing that fucking video, but glad with how it came out though, and it was probably my favorite video I've done so far. It was fun. Me and Kaori had a lot of fun watching that shit. And had some peak moments in that. So y'all go watch that video if y'all want to see me and Kaori in person fucking kikiing it up. I want to do it. I told him I'm trying to get another one done at some point. Low key, I want to get a popcorn fucking Chronicles video done with Ernie at some point. We gotta have a movie night and record that shit. I just gotta find a movie.
Well, when I get my access back, we could probably do it for Pinocchio.
Bet. I can probably get, I'm not editing that shit. Yeah. My editor's got that shit for sure. So I'm not editing. not doing that shit myself. And I'll get that up on the channel. Those are usually fun, but insanely fucking hard to get over copyright.
Oh, those dude, just doing my X-Men 97 reactions, like it is rare that my first edit gets to stay. Right. I think out of 6 episodes so far, I've only put up one where YouTube didn't say like, hey, this shit's blocked.
Bruh. I did reactions for Sakamoto days when I was dropping. Nigga, I stopped. I was like, yeah, we're not doing this anymore. It's taking too much time for me to record this shit and to jump through hoops to get this shit actually up on the channel for it not to do as well as I thought it was going to do. So any anime reviews or like watch alongs and shit like that, y'all are getting that shit as member only content, or I may start the Patreon soon. I do I'm having some like gameplay walkthroughs and shit like that I watched a lot as a kid watching YouTube that I wanted to make just as a thing for myself, but I will probably put those on like Patreon and shit so I don't kill my algorithm or my channel. But yeah, y'all pull up to the con. Y'all see us all three in person. We have a panel there, and we will be officially announcing the Kickstarter for Tales of the Shadows when we're there.
I have a panel too.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a separate one?
Yeah, she has a separate one. She's making me do the computer for her.
Okay, so like for the panel, I had already recorded, like I'm talking to myself, kind of like Jurassic Park type shit when he was talking to him. So it's like that, but I need somebody to work the computer so that myself that I'm talking to is talking without me having to go do it. So he's my button pusher.
No. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I guess I'll do that. I'm not tripping on it. It'll be fun. But yeah, we'll have our panels there. We'll announce our books there. Ernie, I think he's going to sell Heart of Darkness there as well. And we'll be selling a bunch of Echelon books. So if you guys want to get Echelon books in physical and also get the first copies of the Gambits in person signed, we'll also be there. Which also the Gambit will be releasing soon. We're just waiting to get like a preview page from our graphics lady. Shout out to Liv. And we will be getting the Gambit up and available for y'all to order from the website, so you guys can get that. And for people that aren't aware, the Gambit was the Kickstarter we ran, which is a trade paperback that has the first issues of all of our big flagship stuff at Echelon. So you guys can pick that up and get a good idea of what we have in regards to our flagship stuff. And then next year we also have like 3 or 4 more books that we're publishing. 2 of which are ones that we wrote ourselves in Echelon, and the other 2 will be our first 2 books that we are just publishing outright that we helped get artists for, but we didn't write. Shout out to our boy Zella Comics. He'll be doing one, and then we have. No, actually, we have like 5 books coming out next year. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we got a lot of shit coming out. We had a lot of clients that wanted to make books with us that all want to drop books around the same fucking time next year for whatever reason. Or hell, no matter of fact, I think some of them are coming out this year actually, in October. So I may push back when I drop Reaper issue 2, depending on what that goes. But yeah, Zella's the homie, and also we're going to be planning on doing audio dramas for those said books as well. Zella's going to do some audio engineering for us. We're going to get some audio dramas done. So a lot of shit going on. A lot of this should be dope. A lot of shit with Echelon coming up. Just know we took this entire year with Echelon to build out a team that we could rely on, that we think is family, that we really fuck with. And next year we were taking this scene. We were taking the indie scene over, the Black indie scene in particular. You gonna get sick of seeing us. You gonna get sick of seeing us. We're gonna be around. And then last couple questions here before we get up out of here. Watch 80s bangers. Funny enough, I did 2 videos where I watched through Boys in the Hood, and I think I also did The Wood, but those are going to be on the Patreon, so y'all see those. Granted, I know those are 90s, but you know, potato. And are we going to be at Los Angeles Comic Con? No, we will not be there. I think Kiori may. Aren't you going to go with Ethan to LA Comic Con this year? Or next year?
I'm probably going to LA Comic Con. I don't know. But if I do, it's for press.
Got you. So Kiori will probably be there or maybe there. And I know that Ethan, the founder of Echelon Graphic Novels, will more than likely be out there. I won't be there because that plane ticket is fucking expensive. And every time I fucking fly to LA and come back home, I get sick as shit for whatever reason. Like if I go
trying to get me to go,
yeah.
I might.
Who's trying to get you to go?
Carter, because he's out in LA.
Yeah.
He's trying to get me to go. I want to go, but like it's really more of a, it's going to be more of a money thing than it is a desire to go thing, because I haven't really talked about this publicly, but I've been spending a lot of money on a lot of shit. So
a lot of shit being comic books, y'all.
Yes, comic books. Like comic
not
books.
Drugs.
Not drugs.
Drugs.
Like to be more clear, it's been a lot of not just like the comics y'all saw me like hoisting up, but also comics getting made. So, and if I have a choice between spending money on making a book versus going somewhere, I'm gonna pick making the book. So. Yeah,
honestly, I need to take a hiatus at some point because, quite literally, nigga, what I mean, I spent probably almost $10,000 probably in total. Like the last 2 issues of like from Reaper issue 1 and 2, and then also getting some preview art together for Oscarville and trying to get that Kickstarter. I've spent a shit ton of money. I need to start paying off credit cards and trying to work on student loan debt and shit. And the channel is starting to pay for itself a little bit, but I'm still paying for the channel itself as well. So y'all gonna start seeing a lot more Kickstarter and shit going up because I've just been spending way too much fucking money. But all this shit will be rolled out at the end of this year and the start of next year. And John Stewart said, OnlyFans, if y'all see me slinging some meat on some Bo de Mayo shit, nigga, don't ask no questions. Hey, as long as these comic books get fucking paid for it, nigga, hey,
Please stop fucking talking.
Well, y'all gonna start seeing me out here, taco meat out and everything. Y'all be, man, dude, Blur's been posting a lot of pics with his shirt off. Be like, hey, mind your business. Mind your business, because these books got to get paid for, man.
The nigga say, he saw piss coming. She saw piss coming. I saw piss coming. I moved. She saw piss coming. She stayed.
I'm just saying.
Oh, man. But yeah, y'all, this has been episode 23 of Police Therapy. Thank y'all so much for showing up and showing out and being here for goddamn 3 hours. My bad, y'all. I didn't even know y'all here for that long.
Yeah.
Nigga,
like
my
bitches
bad.
ain't got homework and shit.
Hey, you said it, not me. Again, everybody, thank you guys so much for showing up and shout out again. Like I said before, y'all be tuned into everything we have going on. Y'all go subscribe to Ernie's channel if y'all have not, which I find hard to believe, but if you haven't, go do that. And go subscribe to all 15 of Kiori's channels and all 75 of her accounts on Instagram and TikTok and MySpace and wherever else she be at.
First of all, I actually still saw my MySpace page the other day. That shit was funny.
Damn!
God damn, I ain't seen, MySpace. Lord.
I'm gonna get a sound.
I remember the password for MySpace.
I'm gonna get a sound on the soundboard of a nigga just coughing up dust. So when you say some old shit like that, like just play it.
Is that some old? God damn.
Puppets.
Fuck up.
Like, they got the motherfucker sounding like Saw Gerrera.
I can touch you now. Yeah, y'all. We'll see y'all later. Again, but before you leave, remember, forever, forever, ever, forever, ever, ever, and always.
You're now watching the captain.
See y'all Tuesday. Well, no, see you tomorrow, actually, for the impromptu stream with my girl, Brandy. We're just talking movies. Peace.
Mm-hmm.